I mean, not Samurai Remnant. I don't know why I said Grand Order. Let me put the game on. Oh
Fate
yeah,
Remnant, what?
it's Fate Samurai Remnant.
That's the thing that you've been talking about. That
Yeah, it's an
it's like a
RPG, but
game
it
that's also,
plays
yeah,
like one of them
uh,
Dynasty Warriors games at places. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, you've told me about it.
Okay. Yeah, I. Oh, hold on. I have to do the thing so you can see. Let me. Where? Oh wait, I have to find you. And I have to stop there. This may look a little odd, but it'll just be the screen of what I'm currently doing. Because I don't know. So I was trying to stream it previously, and I was trying, but it was annoying because I was trying to use a like a program on the computer to do it, and it was this annoying thing if I had to swap back and forth constantly between the like my account on the program, my account on my phone, and I finally found this thing where it's just like plug your phone in and mirror your phone. I was like, oh my god, that's so much easier. But Samurai Remnant, I think you might enjoy. It's very odd because it's like, so you know how the original Fate games were like, what do you call it? They were the word in my head. They were visual novels, right?
Yes.
So it is a visual novel. Um, like you play the thing and you're just like it at its core is a visual novel. But it's like they combined a full visual novel with the gameplay of like the Fate Extella series. So it's actually pretty fun. And the characters are super cool too. Like the main character you play as Iori, he is badass. I love him a lot.
Show me like a picture of him. If he looks
Um,
cool, I might be interested.
Let me see. Yeah, he's so. Firstly, you know Miyamoto Musashi, right? Let me see if I can find
Uh,
him.
yeah, I know what she looks like.
Your girl, Miyamoto Musashi. So, um, he, like this is actual history. Later in his, not her, life, um, she ended up taking a what do you call it? Uh, a apprentice, and that apprentice became Miyamoto Iori. So let me see if I can find him.
Is that the character that you play as?
Yeah, he's gonna get added to the game soon, but like what they do instead. Let me see if I can pop this over to the thing here. I want to do. Where is it? Just so you can see. I swapped to internet thing. Here we go. Yeah, so that's him. He's a pretty cool dude. The game, like Samurai Remnant itself, I really enjoyed as a game. But then he actually
Are you
become.
showing him? Because
Oh
the
wait, I'm
screen is
not
just
showing it
showing
on.
your whole.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I did this on my stream. I forgot. I just have to do it with Discord here. Let me see. Change stream. Share screen. That's your boy Iori. He
All
uh
right. Yeah,
he
he looks
he
pretty
is
cool.
he is very plain. I was gonna say by Fate standards, I think he's very plain looking, but he's
Well, yeah, no, I like that. I like that.
yeah.
He's
S-
like Kiritsugu or something
Yeah,
like that.
kinda. It's he does kind of have the Kiritsugu hair. He's just really cool. I liked a lot of the story of Samurai Remnant, so I was a fan of that. Let me swap back here. Where is my favorite? All right, back to what I was doing. So, oh right, I was asking you earlier. You didn't get terribly far in the story, but you said the last thing you remembered was fighting Jason and the
Let me see the
Argonauts.
chapters. Let me see the grails.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Because this, we go back a ways here. So I think main record one, because we have different actual portions of the stories now. So interlude is like different sections. One was the singularities we originally went through. 1.5 was some stuff between that, and now we're in the second part of the story, which is the Lost Belt. Well, we're technically beyond that, but we don't talk about that. So Fuyuki is the tutorial. It's the burning city. Orleans
Yep.
is France.
Yep.
That's Rome. That's where you do what do you call it?
Yes, yes. London, yes.
Okay,
And
so
then
you
go.
That's America.
I did not do America.
Okay, so you ended right about there. So there's a number. There's a bit you've been through. So let me go ahead and give you the incredibly, terribly abridged version. In America, the Irish show up, led by Queen Maeve, and a very questionable looking version of Cuchulainn, and they're
yeah, I know
a
the
civil
Berserker
war
Kool-Aid.
happens. Yeah. And they have essentially start a civil war, and then there are other servants on the other side, which I think is Thomas Edison and a couple of others, who are trying to fight them. And you're just trying to make it like you're trying to basically weave between the fighting to stop the singularity. Camelot, Camelot appears in a place that I think is somewhere in the Middle East. And
Oh no, wait a minute. No, I played Camelot. I played because you start working with the assassins, right? The
Hassans and
and like Tristan is a part of it, and he has like the bow or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I played up to that. Up to that.
Then Babylonia.
Maybe even Babylonia, because I know parts of it, but I know for sure I played up to Camelot.
Okay, then yeah, and then Babylonia is the one where you go into like the old Uruk, where Gilgamesh used to live, and you kind of help him out with crises and stuff. So I would assume you probably didn't go further than that, because 1.5 are they're the Epic of Remnant chapters. So you have
so that's
Shinjuku and Agartha and stuff. Okay, so there have been a number of people since then, and I want to actually, before I start playing games, I want to see if I can find any folks that you might know. Oh, hold on, I gotta delete some things that are taking up space. Shop. So...
Is there like a library limit, or can you just have as many as you pull?
There is technically a library limit, but for you to reach it in a practical sense, like, you may reach it with craft essences, but in a practical sense, there is no way whatsoever you are ever gonna reach it with servants. Like, you would have to literally keep every servant that you summon, for the most part, to actually get there. Oh, is it really just those? Okay, good enough. I'll take it. Alright, now then, back to what I was supposed to look at. So, I want to see if there's anybody that you know from history or mythology that made it in that you didn't know about. So, we'll start at the low end. So, Angrama, you know most of these. There's your boy. Your big, beautiful boy. He got his noble phantasm.
It's a shame that he doesn't get like a new version or whatever.
Oh, they gave him an animation.
While we're on like oh, that's cool. Let's see it. Meanwhile, we're on our what are we on? Like Saberface number 20 or something with the new caster berserker.
It's funny you make a thing about that, because there's actually, when you summon her, she still introduces herself as Artoria Caster, and then you ask her about her class, and she's like, I wonder about that, and kind of shies away from the question. So it's like they have, I mean, I think they actually have one for every class nest. Let me see. They have Saber one. The Archer one is a Summer one. They have 2 Lancer ones. They have a Rider one, which is a different Summer one. Caster one's a Support. Assassin one is a joke character from the Servant verse. We now have 2 Berserker ones. There's a Ruler. Oh, we don't have an Alter Ego, so we're not complete. We don't have the clean sweep yet, but we're getting there.
Who's this guy next to Caligula?
Caligula. That one or that one?
The right.
Right? That is Jason of the Argonauts.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I figured.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who else got added there. Oh, so after you stopped playing, they did a thing where they added a bunch of newer, lower rarity servants, which are super cool. So we got Charlotte Corday. She assassinated one of the people. It was when a lot of the guillotine executions were going on in France at the time, and people were kind of getting scared of the people in charge. She went out and assassinated one of those leaders. I like her a lot. She had a really cool part in a story chapter. Your boy Bartholomew Robert. It's the Dread Pirate Roberts. And
Oh, that's
he's
cool.
so fucking cool, bro.
Like,
He looks
like the
cool.
one from the Princess Diaries, or
I think the one
like
from
an
the
actual
Princess,
version.
Bartholomew Roberts is the real guy from history. I think the Princess
Yeah,
Bride one is based, like, at least the name is
they
based
just use
off
the
of him.
name. It
But
would be
yeah,
so cool if they gave him a costume version,
I
or like
can't begin to describe to you how much I want them to give him a costume where he
yeah,
literally is the Dread Pirate Roberts. But
yeah, that would be super cool.
one of my personal favorites, I don't know if you could tell by the level, it's your girl Mary Anning. She is
Mary Ann.
she is the first one of the first woman paleontologists, and she's responsible for kickstarting a lot of paleontology.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool that they're like going into like just like not. I guess they already were doing with like like Tesla and like
Yeah,
what's it called, Edison and
they
stuff.
get into
But like
some contemporary folks, but not usually. Also, it's really funny because like you have a lot of these other super famous mythological figures. I love her
is that supposed to be a
skin.
ram horn? Is that supposed to be a ram horn or a fossil
That oh, in her hand.
in her hair?
Oh, it's an ammonite fossil. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a
I,
fossil, not a ram horn.
I think of every other like mythological figure with their giant weapons and like everything gilded, and then you just have this girl in very plain clothes with a dress with a frickin' fossil hammer posted up like I'm about to kill a motherfucker. I really just love that. She's so cool. Arash, he was added later. This is Nobunaga's I think little brother. And he doesn't do much. He's mostly just to kind of buff Nobunaga, but he's kind of cool. He's got uses.
Cool.
Who else we got? You already saw. Your girl Salome, for all of the not good Christian boys out there. She's the one who had John the Baptist's head cut off, and
Oh yeah,
she's
lame.
actually quite fun to use. Yeah.
Do they do the usual thing where it's like, what did they do the thing that they did for what's her face from the Crucible, and they made her like not a bad guy?
No, well, they tried to give her a thing where she redeems herself of sorts. So the big thing that they went with is the reason she's a berserker is because
She actually does love him or something.
It's like one of those weird twisted. I really do love him, but this is how I show my love. So a lot of the dealing with her in the game is like, it's kind of like Kiyohime mistaking you for Anshin from her Fable. It's her mistaking you for in her language, because you got to remember this is a lot of stuff happening in the Middle East. It was Yochanan, not John the Baptist. She is actually quite good as a low rarity servant because of this first skill right here. So it is technically lawful and good, but it's like a 40% buff, so it does a lot when you actually find someone it hits against. Who else? Oh, they gave Sanson glasses. That's one of my favorites, is they went around one time and they just gave a lot of the boys glasses, which was cool.
That's cool. Yeah,
What else?
I like Sanson.
You got Chen Gong. He kills people when he uses his Noble Phantasm. It's funny.
He like uses somebody else to like.
I was gonna say, you've probably heard of him, just by memes or things. They gave Blackbeard some frickin' awesome outfit, bro. He looks dope as hell now, and I love using him.
He still looks kind of funny. He's almost like a One Piece character.
He really is, but I love him. It's, what is the one thing, the funny meme, the cringe man believes he is based, the based man is at peace with his inner cringe. Behold, the based man.
Yeah.
What else we got? They added Gareth, another Knight of the Round Table. She's really cool. Because she has this thing where she'll taunt people, and then when you hit her, her attack goes up. So basically you can bait people into hitting her like 3 times in a turn, and then she slaps back with like a really big attack. Who else? Paris. The original Mr. Steal Your Girl. Hilariously enough, they made him short, which I think is justified because, I know the Legend of Troy. This guy's a dick. And then it's funny though because
Wait, Paris looks like. Oh my
short.
god, they made Paris a fucking femboy.
It's really funny too because you see the little sheep on his head. That helps him fight, and would you like to guess who that is?
Who is it? Who
That
is it?
is the god Apollo.
Ugh.
I know.
Do they have Helen? Do they have Helen in yet?
They have not put Helen of Troy in yet. They could though, because they've had the likes of Marie Antoinette and others. So eventually they'll get there, and that should be interesting. They added Shufu, who is from Chinese mythology. I don't know if you know that as much, um, but Shufu was It is assumed that Shufu was responsible for giving Japan a very large kind of like tech jump back in the day, because so you know how like back in the day China was one of the more advanced civilizations. They had a lot more like science and stuff figured out compared to a lot of other countries. um, Shufu went out on an exploration to try and find this place called Mount Penglai, because it was rumored that's where the elixir of immortality was. He ended up landing in what do you call it, in Japan somewhere, and ended up finding Mount Fuji instead. But the thing was that he landed in Japan when Japan was still kind of in like they weren't as technologically advanced. And then by historical record, after Shufu lands there, Japan sees a pretty significant technological bump. So a lot of like Japan, that big jump forward is attributed to Shufu showing up and kind of showing people, all right, look, this is how you actually do things. I'm gonna show you how to play the first couple hours of Civilization the right way, which I thought was kind of cool that they would add someone kind of like that. And then
Set your ships to auto explore, and then oh no.
exactly.
Anyway.
Let me see. So you know Mozart, yes?
Yeah.
They also added Antonio Salieri.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He
looks cooler. Why does he look
well,
cooler than Mozart? That's fucked up.
That's the thing, is he has this I really actually like this because I think the pinstripe suit is badass.
I like the first one a lot too. Yeah, the suit's nice. The pinstripe is nice, but I also like the first one. Or no,
Yeah.
wait, what? The third one. Sorry, the
one.
third.
So his whole thing is that a lot of his what do you call it? His legend is that it is thought he might have been responsible for killing Mozart, because Mozart like was really famous at the time, and it seemed like you know, he was never going to be famous because all of his potential for fame was being stolen because of Mozart. It is nowadays believed that no, that didn't happen, but the legend kind of stuck. So that's what made him an Avenger. He's like, I curse you for stealing what could have been mine, kind of thing. Who else did we get for... Oh, we got plenty of new 3 stars. We got your boy Mori Nagayoshi, who is cool as hell. He was one of Nobunaga's retainers. He's got his, what do you call it, his armor, his super armor. He's got his actual Oni armor. And then he got his, like...
Yeah, he's super cool.
Outfit. I really
Second
like
one's kind of... Can I see the first one again? First and then third?
Yeah, so first one is... So this is actually part of the event that he's in. Because it's like this armor that he gets loaded up in, and he's not really in control of himself. So you beat him, and you bust him out of his armor, and then he's in this. And then, every now and again, he goes into his I gotta actually get shit done armor, which it's really cool because he was known as being like a really, really brutal and effective warrior. So in this one, you kind of get all of that, because you kind of see, like, in this one, look at nice clean spear shaft. And then you go over here and you're like, this is all dark now, this is spattered in blood, and literally from the knees down, he's just been like wading through dead bodies and stuff. He's a
yeah. Dude. That's a cool version, yeah.
He also has a really cool Noble Phantasm. Well, I say cool. It's cool in general, but it's the name of it, so yeah. It's
Ningen Mukotsu.
In American, it's the Boneless Man. In this one, it's Ningen Mukotsu. It sounds so cool. He's such a cool dude, and I love him. You've seen all of these folks. He would have been around, right? Kotaro would have been around at the time that you played. I think he would have.
I don't know. I just don't know him.
All right. Well, yeah, he's cool.
He sounds familiar. It's just that's a weird costume.
Oh yeah, he's a ninja boy. What are you talking about? This is his summer outfit.
Let me see the first, because then I think yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You've seen him. I thought it was funny because he goes from like he is the ninja spy master, and then you go into, dude, check out this cool hat I found. And then let me see what else we had. Oh, so similarly to Mori, Okada Izo was another guy who showed up in one of your boy's Nobunaga's events. He worked with. He was more prevalent during like the Restoration period, which was a bit after Nobunaga's time. But he is a cool dude because he either looks kind of like a homeless vagrant, or he looks spooky as hell, or he actually looks really dapper. And then so it was really funny because they were making
absolutely
fun one time
cool.
He got a costume. He's a 3-star, and he got a costume over the 4-star unit, Sakamoto Ryoma, who he spent a lot of time with. So it was like this is what you have to do, Ryoma. You got to put on some style. And they were making fun of that for a while. And then later he got just this, which I can't. He looks so good in the suit, man. I just have to keep him in the suit. He's too good, and I can't not.
That is pretty cool. Show me the first and second again.
Oh yeah, first and second. Let's see here. First. This does have kind of an appeal to it. It's kind of like he's very simple. It's a little grungy, but he's been around doing his stuff. And then second is he's a spooky dude because he's got that whole, straw hat with a little bit cut out of it so he can see. He's so cool. I like him a lot. He's also very strong as a 3-star, which is really nice. What else?
Cool.
We had...
Yep.
They did give the boy an upgrade. He's actually one of the best, not just 3-stars, he's one of the best units in the game if you can do...
Caster Kulane?
Yep.
Why is he like a golden 3-star? Is it just because he's popular?
I used Grails on him. Anytime you see someone who's like 3-star or below, it's because I used Grail on him. So they upgraded his 3rd skill, and he's like really, really good for Buster Looping now, and I like him a lot. They gave Paracelsus glasses. Oh, from Fate Apocrypha, they added your boy. You do remember him, right?
Yeah, he's the Golem Maker.
Yep. And so he's normal like he is in Apocrypha. He's got a cloak. He's got a cloak that's all styled up.
The second one is how it was.
Oh, that's how he was? Okay, I guess I just didn't remember his cloak in Apocrypha. But yeah, and he's pretty good too.
I will say that's one thing that I always like fought for Apocrypha, that I thought it wasn't like absolutely dog doo-doo story wise.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was alright, I thought it was fun and I loved it. But the one thing I will never forgive Apocrypha is making femboys mainstream. It's the worst sin it's ever done. Everything blew up after that.
Well, not Sieg, mostly Astolfo, yeah.
No, just Astolfo. And then after that we're done. It's over.
All right, then.
I'm kidding, but also not really.
Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of, it's not my favorite thing, but hey, if other people like it, I ain't gonna fault them for it. But then we have
let's just move on. Let's just move on.
Okay, all right. So it's your boy Asclepius. He's the guy who Hades ended up killing.
Yeah, he's the guy who has the staff with the snakes on it.
Yeah, he ended up making an elixir to stop death, and Hades was like, "Not in my fucking house, you didn't." And however, because of how you're supposed to say his name, Asclepius, I like to call him Asclepius instead. So he starts with like a little plague doctor beak, and I always thought that was cool. And then he actually has like a literal surgeon attire. And on the 3rd one, he goes more into the god of medicine thing. However, he has a summer outfit, and where he's the beach, like the beach first aid guy, and I like that one. So, which I also think is funny because then you have like his little portrait, and it's like, "We are on the beach. Drink more water, you dumb idiot."
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
I like this guy a lot. He is actually kind of sort of recent. He was the story chapter right before the one that I'm currently working through. He is a Taoist sage. I actually don't know much about his actual history or lore, but I don't know. He's just really funny, and I like his character a lot. And also, he looks really good in a suit. He looks really, really good in a suit. Who else we got? They gave Medusa glasses. Because, yeah, they gave Medusa glasses. They also gave Ushi Wakamaru this really cool outfit.
This is the one that dies, right? Jumping into a sun or something?
Jumping into a sun?
I don't know. You were talking about like some character got sunsetted in one of these games, and then they like took him
Ah,
out of the other game.
um, so I think I might have been talking about Musashi. That's a story thing that happens in Olympus, the Olympus Lost
Yeah,
Belt. And
and they
it's
like
kind of,
sunset the character or something.
kinda, because it's like you don't see her anymore in the story from that point, because they make this big thing of how she um, like a lot of everything she was doing was leading up to this big point in that chapter. But it was kind of funny because that story chapter happened, and then I want to say a couple years later, she pops up in Samurai Remnants. So it was like she's not really dead. She did actually just walk through or do a
Who's this
mention
old
hop again.
dude? Ryder,
Him?
7070.
That
Yeah.
is Christopher Columbus.
What the hell?
He
I love the
is.
card.
Oh yeah, he's really cool. I like him a lot. So his third ascension's a little extra for me. I tend to keep him in his first or his second, mostly his first. But he's I like him
Who
a
are these
lot.
people with him?
These girls are quite literally just there for the artwork because they're not there in any of his other artwork. That said, I really like the art style with like all the scratchy lines and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Me too. Yeah.
He is unfortunately one of those story locked servants, so it is actually quite hard to get a hold of copies of him. So I was really happy when I started rolling on like the Chaldea Boys collection thing they had, so that I actually got him finished up. I felt so good about that. We also have not Lubu, just Lubu's horse, even though Lubu's horse is going to tell you that he's Lubu all of the time. He is a horseman. He's kind of cool, actually.
They made him. They made him a freaking centaur, bro.
He is a centaur. There's also a running gag in like the because they did Fate Grand Carnival, which is like the Carnival Phantasm, but for it's more focused on Fate Grand Order stuff. They have a running joke now where the girl version of the main character, red hair, is her favorite servant, just because she likes horses for the most part. Then you have your boy Mandricardo. He's from the Paladins of Charlemagne Legends, because he has the sword Durandal, but it ends up getting, I think, taken from him by one of the paladins. He's technically supposed to be a villain, but it's one of those things where he's so tertiary in the story that in this one they were like, he was only really a villain because of the circumstance at the time. He's a cool dude, though. He's very unsure about himself, and he's always trying to
He just seems
downplay
aloof.
things.
Yeah, he seems very aloof.
It's funny because he's very unsure of himself, and he's always trying to downplay things and not get involved, and then he gets sucked into stuff, and he's actually really cool and competent. But he's like, but was I? But was I cool and competent? I don't know.
Mm.
Who else we got? They did add, you already knew they added Diermud, I think, from Fate Zero. He's been around. And Taiga, she's my favorite. You already knew she was there. Ooh, they got the Bald Man. The Bald Man is really cool.
I think I've seen him.
Yeah, he plays very differently from a lot of other people, but he's neat. What about archers? Do we get any new archers? Tawara Toto was already in. We got the William Tell, also known as
that's
Big
funny.
Boss from Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, he's and dude, isn't that triple burst firing gun that was experimental that you see in those things?
It is actually a crossbow. This is just apparently you rack the string with pump action.
You just can't even see it. But, yeah, do you know what I'm talking about? It looks like
it's the G11. It's the H&K caseless cartridge gun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, it does look a lot like that, which I do think is funny. And then as for sabers, you've seen all of them, and you've seen Bedivere too, so we're all good. All right, now then, on to people that you actually will probably know and like. You remember your guy, Iskandar, King of Conquerors?
Yeah.
This is one of his retainers. Her purpose was
Is this the Amazon queen that came to him?
I don't think so. So, her being a girl is linked to the whole pretender thing. Hephaestion is actually the name of, I think, a different retainer, or maybe a family member.
Did they gender swap one of his bros? Hephaestus
No,
or whatever?
this is actually, we don't know the real name of this person, and that's because the point is and the why that they're a pretender is this was one of Iskandar's body doubles. The way that this works in the Fate lore was that she was meant to essentially act as a reflective sort, like if someone, say, was a million miles away and they hated Iskandar and they were going to cast a magical curse on him, right? Because of some weird magic stuff they did, she technically shares his name. So then if someone was to try and curse Iskandar, the curse falls to her instead.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's like, but it's basically like a body double sort of protection, but for magical threats. And she's really cool. So like, she normally does like actual fighting with the sword, like she knows how to do that. But she's a very accomplished mage, which is why they give her a staff, because that's, you know, again, the taking on the magical threats, which I thought was cool. Who else we got? Summer Elizabeth. Oh no, that's from a Halloween event, but it's, you know, Elizabeth. You've seen many Elizabeth, I'm sure. I don't know much about this character yet because I haven't finished the story yet. I'm on that chapter right now, but she's got this cool looking outfit, so that's kind of neat. She is part of the current event. This is actually Baobin Shay.
Hey, cool.
But she's a priestess of this thing called Cernunnos, and I like her a lot because she has a lot. Like, one of the things they did really well in this current event is they pretty much they've been giving all of these servants some kind of really unique gimmick, but they're actually making them good at it. So like, they made another version of our guest, but she has both single and AoE, single target and AoE things. She has the ability to extend buffs and debuffs, which is really, really fun. And I won't waste too much more of your time because there are so many others. But here, I'll go slow. And if you find someone that you think is cool and you want me to click on, let me know.
I see Beowulf. Is there anything new for him, or is he the same?
He got so massively fucking buffed.
Cool.
So I haven't put time into his skills yet, but they gave him a critical strength buff on this skill. They gave him another critical strength buff on this, and they gave him special attack against dragon enemies and giant enemies. If he is against a dragon or a giant dragon, and he lands a crit, or he lands his noble phantasm, they die. They just die. And even then, if he's not fighting like a dragon or anything, the crit buff is like, when you add these two together at max level, it's something along the lines of like plus 150%. He makes people die really, really good. He, like, they swolled him up big time, and I was quite happy about that. Oh, all right, there is one that I have to show you just because I think it's cool as all hell. So you probably already know about Dog, yes?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
you knew about
Headless Horseman.
Let me see if there is. So, but did you know about Dinosaur?
Dinosaur. Yes, I did.
Oh, all right. See, I'm thinking I probably told you about some of these just because I was like, they're so cool. All right, we'll keep going.
Is she? No, I don't know why. For a second, I thought, oh, is she the Tarask that one chick with the big arm beat up? But no, that's not it.
No, she's not. She is not Martha's Tarask. No, she's a yokai from Japanese mythology. Yeah, I'll keep scrolling. If I find anyone especially cool, I'll stop. But other than that, I'll just let you tell me when to stop if you see anyone.
Is that Lion who I think it is?
Yep, it's your boy Eddie.
Cool.
I guess these guys are kind of cool. It is
Rats.
Is Rats.
That's cool.
I like Rats.
What do they do? Let me see the other versions. What do they do?
Oh,
who are
they're either.
Where are they from? Are they the three blind mice?
So it says Daikokuten. Daikokuten is I believe it's a Japanese god of good fortune. Daikokuten is not actually here. Daikokuten instead sent his servants to help you and just gave them a ton of his power. And his servants are often known for being mice, so we get some anthropomorphic mice. And we have...
Let's see the rest of them.
They got the maid outfits, the suits, which I usually keep them in because they're good. Yeah. And then nurse
just
outfits.
More maid, okay.
Which, you know, given Fate Grand Order, gotta say, pretty tame. Who else? Oh, there is one that I do want to kind of show off. So, let's say that Carmen Sandiego here is like the normal height for a servant, right? Try and keep this in mind, right? So like this is like the bottom of height. This is like the top of her height right here, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Wait, no, let me see. Let me see again.
Small.
Was that the same? Oh.
Oh, I was just going to show this one. She's so small because she's a fairy. But I thought it was funny because she is so pint-sized, and I always think it's funny how short she is.
I like her little dirigible. That's cool.
Yeah.
What was the one that you showed me just before that?
Oh, that's Summer Carmilla. So she is a phantom thief, kind of like you saw in
the dogs?
Persona 5. Oh, well, she has them bite you, of course. But then you go to Second Ascension, and she's in phantom thief attire, and her dogs are mechanical. You go to the final one, she actually just puts on a swimsuit. I like the first one because it's where in the world is Carmilla Sandiego, which I think is funny.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Oh, finally, we actually have a person who rides a motherfucking dragon. I like her a lot, just because she actually rides the dragon, and I think that's cool.
Cool. I see Lancer Altar.
All right. Here's one that I do have to do, just because I know you will appreciate it.
Okay. Oh no, Don Quixote. Yeah, you show me, and he gets like more real to his to like the reality which he was. Man, he was being catered to. 1,
2, 3. I love the boy. I love him so much. I cannot begin. They even like in the story part he's in, they do him so well. I was just like, I am so satisfied. Not only is someone I wanted to be in the game, they made him like one of the best characters of the story that he was in. Oh yeah, I feel so good.
I just wish that they, at least like in the first one where it's supposed to be within like the fantasy or whatever, that they made him more like, I don't know, just like bigger or whatever. I'd be fine like if he was like the little man in like the third one, but I wish like, I don't know, it's like the song, dude, the song from Man of La Mancha, you know, the Impossible Dream, it's like super popular. I don't know, when I listen to that, I really wish that he was just, you know, like bigger and more heroic of a presence for at least one of his art versions.
Yeah, I do know what you mean. It would have been cool. Oh, they did do a neat thing. They finally added playable beast class servants. This is the only one that's in the game right now, though, so we got your girl Draco.
So literally the dragon from the Bible.
Yeah, it's Sodom's beast. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So are they gonna add Leviathan or something?
We don't. Actually, they might have. I don't know if that's because I kind of don't really pay much attention to the JP stuff because I kind of like being surprised when it shows up here. But Typhon, I think her name was added recently, and she might actually have ties to Leviathan. Yeah, I'll keep scrolling. You tell me if you see any you think is neat.
You know, I'm seeing a lot of faces. I guess.
But it's like you don't know a lot of the faces. All right, well, there is one. So you may not have played through Babylonia, but you probably have seen a decent amount of it because it got that anime.
Mm-hmm. No, but I did not watch it.
They made her playable. They made her playable, and I'm so happy. She's also stupid strong, which helps.
Huge though. She was huge.
And finally, after like 5 freaking banners, I finally got the boy. I was so happy about that. So now we got our boy Sherlock, and he's cool.
He's all right.
And also, the Pope is literally a playable character now.
Pope Joanna.
It's a myth from the Catholic Church where it's for a very short period of time when a pope was dead. There was essentially a woman was acting as pope for a short period of time. So, my favorite part though, so she has the first outfit, and that's kind of nice and all subdued. You have the third outfit, which is, you know, a little more holy. I like the second outfit because it actually is quite close to what the real pope wears. So I was like, yeah. We're gonna keep her in real pope attire. Oh, there's one of your boys. Yeah. Doing cool stuff.
Yeah! Shake your dress! It's cool.
Let me Ooh,
Who's that kid in the right with the dark eyes, flat haircut? On the
Uh,
left, sorry.
left.
Left.
You
Yeah.
have good taste. That is Sen no Rikyu. He float.
Cool.
So it's really cool because it's technically two people because you have Sen no Rikyu, and does it actually say the name? Yeah. So in the third ascension, it is a different person named Komahime. So this is a berserker. What would you guess was Sen no Rikyu's what do you call it? Like what did he do in history?
Paint.
You're not far off. This is the man who basically set the groundwork for what the Japanese tea ceremony would become nowadays.
That's cool.
Why in God's name is he a berserker?
Yeah.
Which I always thought was funny. Oh, there is one I do have to show you.
Wasn't it like the way that they walk indoors, like the traditional way they walk indoors, like on their knees and stuff, what made it so like they couldn't just bum rush their like shogunate or whatever with like a sword? It's like the same way that's like that they draw their swords inside, like the way that they'd be positioned made it difficult that they couldn't just whip out a sword and attack someone. I think that's a thing. I think that's a thing. I saw a YouTube video.
Because I also remember there was like I would sometimes watch these like Let's Ask Seki Sensei videos, and he was showing off how there were different like techniques that samurai assigned to the shogunate were trained so they could like draw an attack swiftly from a kneeling position if they're like kneeling next to the shogun. So that was probably a thing. And then of course, so I like a lot of. It's one of those things when you're playing a gacha game, and a lot of it is like, oh, would you look at that? Another hot anime girl in a various state of undress. Haven't seen that before. So I tend to like some of the wackier designs, or like the ones that are just like cool. It's your boy Shang Yu. I got him recently, and oh baby, is he badass.
He looks cooler.
He
looks very cool. But
like
only his third version is like super, super wicked.
Yeah, where he's got like the six arms, six swords kind of thing. His whole, it's a lot of Chinese mythology. He's linked to a different character named Yume Ren. He has this thing where he has like perfect foresight of the future, and he runs around Chaldea a bunch trying to do stuff to stop people from, hurting themselves or getting food poisoning. He's a really cool dude, but
so he's like super sick, but then he's like kind of a joke character. Like he was like, "Oh, I must go stop this person from stubbing their toe."
No, it's just like he's the way because you kind of see like the metal stuff on him. He was constructed by, from what I understand, a Taoist sage. So he kind of operates as a robot. So for him, it's like I am assigned to Chaldea. I must make sure that nothing bad happens in Chaldea. And so he's running around with like. It's not so much foresight as it is like, think of it like a predictive algorithm. And he's kind of like a computer robot guy almost. He's so cool though, because in a gacha game where a lot of it is just anime girls, I fucking love designs like this. I just think they're so cool. All right, let's see what else we got. You probably already see one of your boys, the king.
Do I?
Of Hassan's.
Oh, yeah, right there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then trying to think if there's anybody else who's kind of neat. I haven't seen.
Second from the right, Caster. She's like a librarian or something, right?
Yeah, you know her. She's one of my favorites. That's Murasaki Shikibu. And she is either a librarian or she is in her OG, what do you call it, Heian Noble outfit. She's really cool. I like her a lot.
From the Heian era.
Yep. You gotta get a meeting of the Heian gals.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find anybody else. You like a lot of Greek mythology.
Is that?
They did add Europa.
Okay.
And she actually gets to ride the bull. She's so cool.
Cool.
And then a lot of her attacks are like, she literally calls out for Talos, the giant bronze giant, and he just shows up with like, you just see a fist come in off screen and punch something in the face, which I love. Because a lot of the time I'll use her, it reminds me of the SpongeBob thing, and it'll be like, and here comes the giant fist.
Is that Skahak or her evil twin sister?
That's Skahawk. She's just in a bunny outfit because they gave her a bunny outfit.
Yeah. I was
And
just
I
wondering
mean,
if it was the
it's an
evil twin.
outfit, so of course I have to keep her in the outfit. I'm trying to. Okay, so one that I will show you because I think it's cool but weird. So, Britomart in this is a fairy. There's a different history of her where she's like this really badass female knight. So normally, when like she looks like this or this, that tracks more with like what you see here. I think that these ascensions are backwards, personally, because this is so fucking cool. This is like the magic armor that she gets to wear. I was like, this should be your third ascension.
What's she from?
I believe it's like it's something between British or French mythology. Or
Oh, she just sounds like Walmart in London.
Walmart in London. Hey, can you stop by the Britomart? I have to pick up some soda. But yeah, she is really cool, but it's the thing for me of like, again, it's the whole thing of like, yeah, cute anime girl, haven't seen that before. This, however, like, she's in this freaking power armor that makes her like a full, foot taller. I love that.
It is cool.
What else we got? I'm getting close to the end here, so I think you've probably seen. Yep, that's the end of it. So, they did put your boy into the game. Except that he's not your boy. He's just Senji Muramasa, a man who makes sword. So he's cool though. I like him a lot.
So, but it is supposed to be.
It is not
they die
actually.
If they're killed.
It is like It is not actually Shiro. It's just because they have the other version of him where he's like tan and has white hair. The literal only difference is that literal only difference. There's a personality difference because the personality of him is literally just Senji Muramasa. There is no Shiro. But he looks like the appearance is the exact same as Shiro, which is something that the other boys can't say.
Cool.
Right.
Show me that dude, Archer, third from the right.
Oh, he has good taste. It's your boy, Super Orion. So how normally
cool.
they had, where is it? They had Orion.
He was just a little bunny, yeah.
Artemis took over, and he's just on top of that. In the Olympus Singularity, they gave him his time in the sun, and they actually made him just his own servant, and he's
cool.
Really fun to use, actually.
I can't wait for them to make Scorpio as like a Monster Musume type girl.
It is funny that you mentioned
it's gonna happen.
Because if I scroll down to his passive skills, look at that right there.
Curse of Celestial Scorpion.
They knew.
Yeah.
And then...
But third from the right.
Third
in that same row.
Him.
Yeah.
That is Takasugi Shinsaku. He is a cool dude. He was kind of, I wouldn't say like industrial revolutioning, but it's kind of how he is billed in the game. He was kind of like a prodigy who was spurring a lot of different, what do you call it, like industrialization fields forward. He's a very cool dude. So he has this shamisen, and then he's got his like a more regal looking thing. I like this one the best. And then he's got his I swear I'm not an evil mastermind outfit, which is cool.
So was he a villain in like one of the stories?
He was a villain in one, and then he was a villain only by technicality in a different story. You ended up helping him out, but it was kind of like, you're not a good guy, and you're gonna start trying to like exploit things for profit again. And he was like, yeah, but these other guys are doing worse, don't you know? Which was really funny. Do you know much about Proto-Arthur?
Proto-Arthur. He's from like a one episode short anime thing where Arthur is actually Arthur, and it was part of wasn't part of Fate, but it was part of like their other franchise that has like a fighting game, and in the fighting game you can play as Neko Arc.
Kinda. So he wasn't part of Melty Blood, but
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's part of a thing called Fate Prototype. So I actually had to look into it. I thought it was just, kind of like Fate Apocrypha is just another story in the Fate universe. Fate Prototype actually was, what it started is a bunch of the like original ideas for the original or older ideas that were left on the cutting room floor for the original Fate story. And so what they ended up doing is, I think the way it was described to me when I was reading stuff is it was quite literally the guy who kind of made the Type Moon universe, or is credited with as like the main creator, Kinoko Nasu. He was just kind of going through old stuff one day, and he found a bunch of like old papers on that, and he was like, "Oh, these are kind of cool," and he brought them in to a bunch of people. And he's like, "Hey, dude, check this out! I found a lot of this cool shit. This is kind of funny, isn't it?" And a bunch of people that were working with him on stuff at the time were looking at him. He's like, "You know, why don't we try and make something out of this?" And so that's why it's Fate Prototype, because it's based on all of the prototype material, but then instead of just like making, you know, Fate Stay Night again, they ended up kind of making a new story behind it. And then I know I'll probably showed him off to you already, but I must, because he's so fucking cool.
Oh yeah, Ivan the Terrible.
He is. I love him so much. Oh, and then your boy.
Isn't he the guy that like killed his own son?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Your boy got a summer outfit too, and your boy does actually partner with Tarask. That is who is with him on this.
That is like the Tarask.
So it was funny because I think in that specific summer event, Martha Ruler was like, "Hey, I'd help you guys out, but I haven't seen Tarask anywhere." Because Martha Ruler's noble phantasm is she throws Tarask at someone and then just like punches Tarask a bunch and like beats him through someone, and he explodes. So the story for that event was like, "I can't really help you out because I can't find Tarask anywhere." And then a lot of it was just like Tarask ran away and partnered up with Achilles because he was like, "Please, I don't want to be punched by the mean saint woman anymore." Which I thought was pretty funny. Yeah. All right, so that's probably all that for now.
It just, I gotta be honest, man. I think it's like I had fun when I played it. It seems like there's too much now. It's like it's quite a bit of like.
I gotta be honest, it feels that way with me for a lot of different gacha games, and it's also a thing of like I feel a lot of the time you pick one, and you stick with that one. But either because of the amount of time you're spending on it or the amount of money you might have spent on it, you don't really do other gacha. Like, maybe you do one more, but I personally, like, I never thought I would end up doing 3 gacha games. Even with that said, the other 2, I kind of just collect shit in. I don't really play them seriously. I play Arknights and Nikke as well, but Fate Grand Order is the one that I've been with for the longest. A lot of that, I will admit, is just due to the... I'm a very big fan of the IP, because I really like the stories that they have to tell with it. And I mean, a lot of it for me is like, I think you and I talked about this once. It's the kind of thing where like you see, like you already know a bit of history, and then you see them add someone. And it's like, oh, that's how they did an interpretation of this, you know, cool mythological character I know. And then, but then for me personally, it's when they add a new person and I don't know who that is. It becomes a thing of like, oh, well, let me go and read up a bit on this piece of history or this piece of mythology, and it, like, makes me, of my own accord, go and learn a bit more about history or mythology, and I love doing that.
And is this just the summer event?
So, to catch you up so far, there was a previous
what the heck?
Oh yeah, Gawain has a summer outfit now, too.
Yeah, it feels like the art is very, very different from like the face to the body, and the body is like very like strange. It's like it's almost like a pastel watercoloring kind of like. It's like, why didn't they just use the normal like hard art line?
I don't know, because it might be that they kind of just drew the face. The face might be kind of reused from as a previous asset from the other thing, and they kind of just ported it over, and then this was like a new asset that was drawing. But yeah, so story to catch you up so far is there was a previous summer event, which was basically a big manga convention that BB held in a singularity she made in Hawaii. This is the same sort of singularity in Hawaii, but now it's something keeps ruining the festival on the very last day, and if the festival does not complete successfully, then the whole singularity gets reset. So we're Groundhog Daying through, essentially, to try and find out what is going wrong and fix things. And so far, we already found out that one of the problems was there's this big fiery deity that comes out of this burning forest, and we took care of that. The second time, though, this big typhoon storm came off the, what do you call it, like the coast, and we couldn't stop that. So now we're trying to find out, we're probably going to be trying to find out what this is. And Gawain was just talking about this big race that's going to go on in the last chapter, if I remember right. So now we're going to see what happens there. Located in the city, the creatures see all kinds of visitors. I actually have to read this stuff because I like reading things. So. Hey, Suzuka goes in. I forgot you're here too. 50 guest capacity. I'm trying to figure out who owns this hotel that I got yeeted into because it's like super high luxury, but it also seems like it hasn't had to deal with a lot of the problems, so.
Cool.
I don't know. Yeah, even they don't know who built it. Alright then. Hey, Gareth's here too. Gareth got a summer outfit too. Well, summer outfit.
Cool.
She actually had a whole summer, like, servant. She had a summer version. Mordred's around here somewhere. They have a lot of the Knights of the Round Table, but I think they're still missing a couple, so I'm kind of waiting to see if they try adding the rest of them. Oh, I almost forgot to ask. So you've still been playing the Daphne game, right?
Yes.
And I saw that you got another big boy, and you've been having fun with that. Is that?
Well, that was on my phone.
Yeah.
I texted you. Like, I have a different account on my phone as on my laptop. So I got, like, literally, I got a double pull of that, like gold rank, whatever, caster, like, elf, millennial lord dude, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I got 2 of them, which is funny
Nice.
because, you know, like, damn. But also, at the same time, it's like, wish I got that on my computer because that's going to be, like,
that's what
my
you're
main
trying to make your
account.
main one. Well, you might be able to do
Yeah.
that thing where, like, you swap the accounts from, like, one thing to another. But, I was curious because, you know, like I was kind of saying, where you kind of end up picking, like, even if you play others, you're not as serious when you kind of pick one to be your main game. You think that one's going to be kind of your main one?
I think it's going to be my main one because it seems like it's, like, accomplishable at whatever rate that I want. Like, I don't know why, but... Well, no, I know why. It's stamina system. Oh, I was just saying, like, the second a game is a stamina system, I'm just not really that interested anymore.
Yeah, I kind of get that. I did used to feel that with, what do you call it? With, that's fine. I used to feel that with, Fate. But what ended up happening was, well, I'll show you after that. Well, oh yeah, because I just went through a story section. I'll show you after this, but there was a thing where, like, admittedly, I don't know if it's fair to make the comparison as a guy who's been playing this game for as many years as I have, but, like, after a certain amount of time, you end up with so many of, like, the apples that you use to restore AP that you effectively have infinite AP and you can play as much as you want. It's more of just like with the way the game works, that after you've kind of done all the story things and you've finished an event, you don't really do much other than.
Oh, Barghest is pretty cool.
Oh, you do know Barghest.
Huge.
She is so tall. And they gave her this, like, really cool summer version that I was super happy about. They did my girl good.
Like a park ranger or something.
They also made Nocnaria pretty cool. She's got cool events, or she's got a really, like, she's the welfare servant, but they gave her some really, really cool skills that I really like her in this.
Cool.
Let's do a bit of this. I want her to get her, what do you call it? I want her to get her gonna be useful since
she's a cleaner, she's got a power washer.
Alright, so
what the
It's because of like from what I understand now, at least, it's a thing of the event. So she is on part of her time trying to work in this burning forest to stop the forest fires and save the animals. That's what this first ascension is. In her second ascension, she's in a maid outfit because she works in the hotel that we're currently in, and that's where the vacuum comes from. The truck is the fire truck that carries the big water gun she uses to get rid of fires. The funny thing about that is that apparently, I don't know if, like, I haven't seen the part of it in the story yet, but, okay, we'll build Noble Phantasm Gauge. In the story, I believe that you are the player character, are the one driving the truck. Because in the Noble Phantasm, like, she asks you, she says, "Hey, master, can I call for a favor?" And then you drive, and the truck drives up, and she says, "Thanks for delivering that," which I think is funny because it means that arts card where you drive, where the car comes over and hits someone, that's you, the player character, running someone over with a car, which I thought was fucking hilarious. Alright, now that we're done with that, can I... Oh, finally. We're gonna build some real meter now. Actually, let's do this on this. Oh, I should have spelled that out. Got the water gun of the gods. Now then. So, if I do... You have... No, you have arts of full turn, so we don't focus on her. Also, bit of this. And that. And I have to use all of these, yes. Yeah, but we're gonna keep this AoE. Not me. Alright, and now you're gonna lock everyone's skills. Ooh, she guarded it. Okay, so her skills aren't locked, but that's okay, because I'm now. And some dudes. There's the Noble Phantasm. Okay, he didn't say it. So yeah, that's what you drive, and then she just picks it up and freaking... No more fire.
That's cool.
She's cool. I like her so much. Okay. Alright, and that's enough to slow my fast. How many do I left? 4 dudes left. Okay, easy peasy. I don't even know where the kangaroos come from. I'm not sure if they're from this thing or not, or maybe I missed something in a story chapter I haven't done yet, but I saw that and I was like, what is going on? Alright, faster speed. We're gonna do that. So, since we're kind of just going out, how's things been for you in general?
It's been alright. Car's brakes literally just went today. Like, they've been squeaking for a bit, and then they started, like, grinding, so I'm gonna have to replace the brakes pretty soon. Gonna like probably head back home to do that with Dad because he has some spare brake pads.
Oh, that's actually really good. I didn't know that he just had that line.
Yeah, it's lucky. It's very lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. I'm trying to think of anything interesting I could tell about what's been going on here. But, gotta be honest, I've kind of just been doing the usual grind. Work, get money. Oh, there is one. I guess I couldn't continue, so we're looking at getting the mortgage in place so that we're not in the current place we are. I think I mentioned before that we actually went through and like with the loan applications and we got pre-approved, so now we're kind of gotta look at we gotta look at spots around here and see if there's any place we want to go. So we're kind of still trying to figure that one out a bit. It's very... I'm of two minds about it. On one hand, I think maybe it'd be kind of nice to wait for another year so that we've got a lot more to do down payment stuff on. But at the other hand, Chris and I both really... Like, it's... The house is not bad. The location is not terrible either, but that house on the corner, man, I am telling you, it is one of those things where it's like, we just really don't want to be around that anymore. So we're kind of feeling things out.
I think I'm gonna hop off. Let you continue on your stream.
All right then. It was nice to hang out with you for a bit, bro.
Absolutely, and I was super fun watching Freerun for you for the first time.
Yeah, which was nice. You know, I will never react to anything. It's only gonna be you and me things. It's your boy. Hey, what's going on, man? But yeah, all right, I'll let you get going, and we'll watch more next week.
All right then. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Let me close that for my bro. What is going on, gamer? Wellness man? How are things doing for you? Could be better? Oh, how so? Just bad week? Rough week? Yeah, I've been there before. Ooh. So not to put off how bad of a streamer I am or anything. When did you pop in? Did you pop in when my bro and I were talking about mortgages and things like that, or? Oh, you did get it over with. Okay, good. Yeah, no more work. Good. Right when I said see, okay, yeah, so you didn't hear about that. That's fine. Yeah, we were kind of just talking about, like, he was talking about how brakes on his car are going to need to be replaced, and then I was talking about how me and a couple of the roomies are looking at taking out a mortgage on a place because we do not want to live where we are anymore. Oh, but outside of that, I'm kind of just trying to get through this here story event and chill for a bit, so I'll be doing reading. I'd be more than happy to just chat for whatever you want to chat about, because I'm just chilling out and eating some food. Oh, Australia. Huh. Grab some more peeps and do a voiceover. I mean, as much as I'd like to try, I unfortunately don't have. I'm a big dumb loser loner, and I just don't have a bunch of friends that I can pop in a Discord and be like, you will lend me your voice now and share the screen, but I kind of, like, it would be kind of fun. Maybe I should see if I can get my bro to do that, because my bro is actually pretty big into acting, so he might actually like trying to do that for funsies, is like voice acting. All right. You do, yeah, that was what a couple of my friends would do with Monster. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, Hui. I'm so sorry, Hui. I forgot yet again. I'm so used to your name in Discord that when I see the other thing, I completely forget it's you. I remembered, though, this time. You didn't have to remind me. I'm cool. I'm a cool kid. You know, forgetting about the fact where I actually forgot it was you, but you know. So I guess I should ask then, when you're talking about the stressful. Well, so you said work was being stressful. I thought you were actually. Now that I honestly would have thought the first thing was the oil thing on your car. So was that kind of like part of what was stressing you out, or was it you don't? I don't worry. I use like because you know I'm your boy Zeke here, but I'm a different thing on Discord, as I'm sure you know. So you're not the only one who does that, but oh, that was just icing on the cake. Yeah. So was it just like a leak in the? Was it like a leak somewhere in there, or was it like? I guess I was trying to figure out because you sent me the picture, but I'll be completely honest, I glazed over it, and then I was kind of like, because that, as far as I understand, that was like you were draining it, or no, that was you putting oil in. That's the bottle of oil that you were putting in. I was just trying to figure out if it was like, oh, so was there a leak? Oh wait, hold on. You sent me messages, and I was already streaming at the time. Oil pan was clean. Not for these engines, 50/50 weather. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so it's actually like burning oil, not using. Okay, that's interesting. Oh well, since we're talking about you know, cars and stuff, so I'm pretty sure you know that I got my new car. Um, have I ever just like gone off to you about how much I love that new car despite how old it is? Yes, the Honda Element. The Honda Element is the car that I'm telling you, man, that thing was made before its time. If they were making that thing nowadays, that shit would be selling probably, all right, let's not be crazy. I was going to say better than a Prius, but I just, it was funny because at first I was like, all right, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to try and do some of these little, you know, like camping excursions and things like that. But the more it would do, but yeah, I'm kind of thinking it would just because it's like, it doesn't consume that much gas, but it's got so much utility because we've been finding so many like more and more things that are constantly just like more and more uses for it essentially. Because like we went to a party last weekend and they needed an extra table and it was a really long table, but you know, you put the seats up, the Element could fit it, so we could get it from one place to another. And you know, it's hauling stuff around when Chris wants to go to weekly. Well, that's not as bad because you know, he doesn't bring a lot of stuff, so his Prius can do that. But yeah, it just I find it very weird because I think about when I was super young and I wanted a Plymouth Roadrunner was the car. It was between a Dodge Charger, like an older fastback Charger, or the Plymouth Roadrunner. And nowadays I've become so like, you know, utilitarian about everything that it's like the Honda Element is the pinnacle of what car is meant to be, and I love it. Is that actually a thing? Lava fields that you can walk, like coal, like that's kind of neat. I didn't know there was like tours of that. Your boy Gawain is about to try and be athletic over here. I can't wait for Barguest to show up and absolutely fucking destroy him. Oh, he destroyed his bike. So how far in the event are you? Because I was kind of gonna just stream for a good long while and hopefully get up to wherever the current end of the or the current story lock is, but I just don't know. Beating up Salter. I didn't even know Salter was in this place. She ain't showed up yet. Oh, made Salter. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but oh shit, she's gonna be working. Oh no no. Oh no, you're talking about when what is it? The yeah, and they're trying to. We would like to make a book all about every aspect of your life, and it's like they're gonna tell them how many burgers you eat on a regular basis, and she's like, that is privileged information that I will kill even Merlin for knowing. Oh, Gawain, you don't want to ask Sir Achilles to take part. He's that ain't fair to everybody else. Eat some more food. Oh, so in general, how life been with you? That's good. I always like it when things have been going good for people. So what specifically was the mess? Because I'm assuming it was not just the, what do you call it? The, whatever was going on with your car burning oil, but it had to have been something else. Actually, hold on. Before I... Telling fond memories about the AX-25. Oh yeah, you did get to go to that, didn't you? I was actually talking with the boys one time, and I don't know. Sorry, I keep getting off track because I want to talk to you because it makes me a bad streamer. But hey, bro, I have more entertainment talking with a friend than I do actually trying to stream. So I forgot though. Oh well, the other person might have been my bro, but ah well. I mean, come on, bro. You have to remember, I am a male VTuber. The audience for me is like quite literally in the negatives. I make that joke all the time too, right? So I don't even have new jokes. I just kind of do it for funsies. All right, this is something I could talk to you about. So have you ever thought about actually like trying to do streaming or something like to make money like in your free time or something like that? Yeah, so originally, when I was getting started, right, I will openly admit I had aspirations of being a super big, famous, popular streamer. I had aspirations about, I never had aspirations about leaving my job because I actually really like my current job. But, like doing this as a supplementary thing that gives me some, some bad, like I'd make, it's the side hustle apparently, right? Making money on the side off of this. But it wasn't actually the fact that I've been doing it for like the amount of time that I haven't really, got like a huge following or anything. It was more the thing of um, after I started doing it a couple of times where I just kind of didn't have anyone and I'm kind of just like trying to talk at a screen into a microphone while I play a game. There was a weird thing for me where, like, if other people can do that and they're fine, great. For me, I was like, this is boring and a little bit depressing. I would much rather be like talking with someone while I'm playing or playing a game with someone. And it kind of got me thinking, and I was like, there are people who, sorry, I was paying attention. It was really, really getting me because I was like, there are people who regularly do this for 8 or 9 hours a day, like it's an actual job that they grind out. And I started thinking about how, like, just doing it for the short periods of time, yeah, but it was one of those things where, like, the short periods of time that I was doing it, I was kind of granted, this is just like a couple days, maybe a week, and I was like, there are people who are doing this for 8 to 9 hours a day, right? They're grinding this out like it's a job. And I'm sitting there like, I don't think I could do that. Not just like from a thing of, am I physically capable of doing it? Sure. But it was more a thing of like, I play video games like, hell, Fate Grand Order and stuff as, a pastime. It is my hobby. It is how I calm down and unwind, right? And the idea of just like taking that and turning it into oh, there you are. Taking that and turning it into like a job that you're grinding at that you may start like resenting or getting tired of. I was like, no, I cannot take this seriously, because if I do, then I am going to start, building a resentment of my favorite, arguably my most favorite hobby, and I am not going to do that to myself. I guess maybe. So that was actually like probably tomorrow. I'm going to spend a little bit of time trying to mess with more of my motion capture stuff, because I was playing around with the idea. I wanted to see if I could because I have like a full body thing. I just am trying to tweak a few things out with it. You're to treat your business like a job. Yeah, okay, so you get it. Like with the side thing that you were doing that you were showing me the one time. Okay, then yeah, you get it too. That makes sense. But it's I just realized that Melusina's cheating because she's using wings on her back as a vehicle. But yeah, it's that's the kind of thing. Is like I'm thinking I might try and like actually get my the rest of my full body stuff working properly, and then I want to see if I can get it integrated into like probably I'm thinking like VR chat, and then I'll see if I can like make a VR chat world that is more or less just like a green screen, and then I might be able to do like some kind of scripted video. But I would do that just for funsies, just so that I could constantly be fucking around with and tweaking my like full body motion tracking stuff. Like, I don't know, maybe I do what a lot of other people who play Fate Grand Order do, and I'll just like go through bit by bit like all of the different servants in the game, but then I'm going to be stopping at each one, and I'm going to, but instead of like hyper focusing on gameplay, I'm just going to be like, so here's the lore, because that's what actually fucking matters. Rocket ship and all. Alright, so did you, I forgot, because you probably rolled on people already. Did you already get everyone you wanted? You haven't seen it? There is one guy I have seen who will go through them for both gameplay and lore, but I would want to kind of be like, alright, so here's how they are in gameplay. However, here's how they are in the game story and lore. We said not yet, not even close, but you tried a little bit already. So who'd you get, if you got anybody? The event banner? Well, alright. So, I'm assuming, knowing you, that you was going for, our gal, Caster Berserker. And I am forever going to refer to her as Caster Berserker, because I find that name fucking hilarious. Ah, don't worry. You just gotta, you got time. You just gotta regroup and come back for her. I wouldn't do that. This is Melusine we're talking about. I think I recognize her even with the mask. That's pretty good. All right, so I should mention, because I was playing around with it. So I think a lot of people have really liked Chloe because it's a way for 50% chargers to all of a sudden use Black Grail, which is really cool. Um, However, the thing that was getting me was I was, what do you call it? I was playing around with Tiamat and a couple of other people who could already Black Grail without, yeah, plug suit with stim packs. I was playing around with using her with like people who could already use Black Grail. I believe that so Melusine, you can actually use her and do double Koyanskaya, Oberon, two Cranes with Kaleidoscope, and Chloe, because Chloe still has like 20% attack, 20% NP damage. If you sacrifice getting the charge from her skill, you can actually add a tiny bit more damage than you would normally get. I don't think Tiamat can do that, and I'm all but certain that I think Melusine currently, Lancer Melusine, is the only one who can do it. And I'm pretty sure that Arcuade can do it, but she's going to need to wait until we get Append 5 or 4, and then she can do it. I'll show you. I'll take one of these instances to show you after I get through some of the story. Hey, what's going on? No, don't. Oh, okay. I was worried she was going to get weird about it, but I was like, alright, well, I mean, if we're cool, good to see you, Melusine. Oh, she is a big brat, just as always. See, the funny thing is, I feel bad for these dudes. I was like, they just want, like, they didn't actually care about winning. They just want to actually be in the triathlon. You brat. Come on. I don't want to fight these guys. Alright, one thing that I will grant, we're gonna do Hot Boy Gawain, because he's cool. So, they're not, well, I guess I can show it. Given my current job, oh wait, hold on, I have to load up with people I don't have bonded up yet, so we're gonna do a bit of that, a bit of that, a bit of that, and a bit of that. And let's just do all filter bond go. And that. Fine with it. There we go. I must bond. I really do, because I didn't, normally I feel like whenever you roll for people, it's not as high priority as it was this summer. So it's not like, you know, you have, you know, you have Fluffy Balbouche, who has the really cool, you know, extend all of your buffs and debuffs thing. Or you have Caster Berserker, who is meta-defining. You have Ruler Melusine, who, while not the best, comparatively to, like, Berserker Ibuki, is still really high tier. You got Barghest, who can go between single target and AoE very frequently in the middle of a fight. You'll have all of these, like, really, really high tier picks. So it's been a while since I've actually, like, rolled for everyone. And it's really, really rough, kinda. Which, I know, it sounds like, oh, look at the guy with all the things, first world problems. But it's like, kinda, yeah, because it's like, you get everyone, and then you realize, oh my god, I have to level them all up. I have to have all these materials for their skills. Some of these people are asking for like 40 plus things per skill. I have to get the bond up too, and the bond actually takes some time when you're just trying to play through the story normally. Which one was your, Okay, it's the third one. Is this one NP? I didn't see NP. Alright, so that's fine. You never get over how Barghest is like a full fucking 3 feet taller than everyone else. He's so cool. Sprite. Alright. So she doesn't. Hers is capped at 80, and she doesn't have to do like a form change for it. It's just always an 80% battery. The downside, so like you do need to get her a pen 2 if you're going to have her turn 1 MP. She is still very... Alright, this. I really like this solely because... Alright, you know where I work, so having a person who's just like, oh, look, it's an attack aircraft. I was like, I feel a spiritual connection to this one, even though I'm not which I thought was cool. Because you have Artoria, and what is her Noble Phantasm? I have these cool magic attack. Yeah, I have Melusine's Noble Phantasm. My Noble Phantasm is AC 130 inbound. So yeah, so now, assuming this is this? Alright, this is level 8, so it's not going to get her all the way there, but... Yeah, see, it's almost a full charge, and we're going to give her a little bit more. Go again. Yeah, it is, however, and so what was that, 7 turn? It is an 80% battery on a 6 turn cooldown. So, like I said, it's like the NP because she's a ruler and she's going to be doing neutral damage compared to like Ibuki, she's not going to be like as innately powerful as Ibuki is, right? But she like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, she's not as strong as the literal strongest meta AoE attacker in the game. Jeez, what a trash server, right? It's the bar that she is compared against is so high that even if she's not this, holy fuck, so good. And yes, the NP is badass. I love this thing. Enemy AC 130 above. Still does punch in her first attack. But it might have been I don't know for sure. Hey, oh, wait, invincible. Why are you invincible? 2 turns, 1 left. Oh, that was Barghest, wasn't it? No, that wasn't Barghest. Does your Noble Phantasm give you invincible? Oh, wait, this would have done it, wouldn't it? Apply invincible 2 times 1 turn. That's what it was. Okay. And then we're gonna have dunk on clowns because she I'm just gonna have her do 1 big arts card because it'll be funny. Bonk. Yeah, it's been a while since I had to grab a bunch of dudes. I don't think I'm gonna go for another NP level on Melusine, though. She's nice and all, but, I mean, I have Summer Ibuki, so... And besides, in terms of favoritism, I like Summer Ibuki more. I like the character more. Oh, now you're going to be nice. You are right, as you're a little more considerate than your Lancer self. Yeah, I did like... So the thing I thought was funny with that last summer event with Ibuki was how, like, you meet her really early on, and she just decides she's going to stick with you through the whole thing to the point that she's actually helping you in fights. And then sometimes she's just on the sidelines doing her cheerleader thing. And then you get to the very end, and it was like, all right, and now it's finally time. You think you've cornered Ashia Doma, and then she kind of just walks over to the other side, and she's like, "Well, yeah, of course. You're supposed to like, you're supposed to like kind of have figured out who the bad guy is by the end of it." And I'm like, "There's no fucking way that you did all this." And then it's like, "Oh wait, she was forcing him to do this the entire time." I was like, "Oh my god, you're amazing." We should really do something about Ruler's insane durability. I tried to tell Mr. Humanity that I wasn't cut out for rulerdom, but he insisted I become one. Who is Mr. Humanity? Did you just call the rules that govern our world Mr. Humanity? Quit that. Yeah, Alaya. So, all right, I will openly admit I am still behind on story. I don't think I don't know how far I am into Lost Belt 7, but I'm not done with it yet. Do they ever actually bring up the name Alaya? Because I have heard that before because I like to read lore. Okay, they haven't. I kind of figured, but yeah. Oh man, is she getting super clingy? Wow, she is really, really, really vain now. I feel like it came up during one of the other Fate games. It would have had to have been one of the CCC ones that's taking place on the moon, but that's just a guess. I could say that for sure. Actually, that begs a question. So, you are almost as crazy about this game as I am, or the series as I am. I take it you're aware of the Fate Extella series, the like Muso games that you choose a server, you go around, you beat a bunch of things, and it's part of CCC, so it's taking place in the Moon Cell. You're aware of those, right? Okay, so I started replaying Extella Umbral Star on my own a while back, and reading through more of the lore, I kind of got shocked as to how much of like core gameplay or like core lore elements that we work around a lot in Fate Grand Order come from Umbral Star. So like, how right now a lot of it is Lost Belts and the pruning theoretical phenomenon and all of that stuff. Oh, I forgot I was going to show you the cool thing. So we have like a lot of that whole pruning theoretical phenomenon stuff. The funny part that I was kind of dying over was, oh, actually, no, I can choose any other thing in the event to do this. I don't need to do this here. So they talk about in Umbral Star how, like, the big bad that you end up fighting, it basically, like, it tried to come to Earth before and destroy, like, all of humanity, and it kind of got noped out of existence by the whole pruning theoretical phenomenon. Now, they didn't call that, in Umbral Star. I think it was like the quantum timeline theory or something like that, but it was essentially the same thing. So when I went back and started going through some of these again, I was looking at these, I was like, huh, it certainly seems like some things have really been used for influence. This is interesting. Alright, so let me see if I can show you the haha funny. Whereas I think I had it in esports. Alright, so are you ready for the dumbest shit imaginable that you should in no way do because it makes no fucking sense whatsoever? Because I think you are. Alright, so you have... So, I believe currently only Lance or Melusine can do this because the problem I was experimenting when I was doing things previously is you kind of need to get Crane and Chloe off the field at the same time. Because, part of the reason we run double supports is because they have the batteries that actually enable you to get someone up to 100% in one turn. if you have either of them still on the field, neither of them has enough of a battery to actually get someone all the way up to another MP, especially if you're dealing in Buster Servants. So currently, I think only Rue and Melusine, or Lancer. So this gives 20% attack. This gives 20%. And we'll just put that on there. So then, Crane, I started her with Kaleidoscope so that she already has 100%. She can use these for funsies, nobody cares. And then because Chloe started with this Craft Essence, it started with the 20 stars. Well, technically she only needed 10 because Rue and Melusine has a costume. But it makes it so that she has the stars to pay for this right off the bat. So we're gonna do that.
心を尽くし身を尽くし恩に報じるこの人よ天意無法鶴の絵にし涙の別れ飛びなさい彼方の空へ
It does make it, I do have to admit, it makes it so that your first turn is noticeably weaker because you don't get either of Koyanskaya's or Oberon's buffs at the start. You're pretty much only working off of, I think, 50%, 40% attack and 50% NP damage, in addition to everything that Melusine herself gets. Now, however, we have these fellas. So we're going to do one of those. So we're actually going to hold one of the... What do you call it? One of the... these, because these have a gain C stars. They actually have a 20 star bomb. We're gonna give her all this. Actually, wait, we don't need to because we don't need Crane one more time. So now we're gonna plug suit Crane back in again. Crane's gonna yeet and also make her invincible because who gives a shit? And yeah, I guess since Crane, this is the last time we can use Crane. And then this doesn't do significantly. No, wait, in third ascension. So this is just NP strength now, so we're gonna do this right now. And we're gonna throw this again. Because why do one? So the only difference in this is that Chloe is capable because she can plug herself at the end of the turn, and the other people can plug themselves and don't get party buffs. Get exactly 21% attack and 21% NP damage. That's it. The difference is so minimal, I don't even know if it's really worth running. However, it can be done. So now it ends exactly the way you'd expect because our boy Oberon's here. So we're gonna do attack again 30%. Oberon finishes us up. Another fun thing about this is because of the way it works, you pretty much have 50 stars every single turn after your first. A little bit of enemies. Buff it up with that. Alright. Unfortunately, she just deals damage. I'm sorry. It's the curse of her being a Lancer and not a Berserker. She can deal damage, but... yeah, she does down neutral a bit over a million damage per character. Now granted, I have no idea how significant the extra 20% attack and 20% NP damage from Chloe are, but to my knowledge, this is like the maximum that you can throw in single core. It's quite literally like You are literally using every single servant. You have double Clan Sky and Overon. You use Crane twice, and you get a little bit of buff out of Chloe. Is it necessary? Fuck no. Is it useful? I would argue also probably no. But it is funny, and it can be done. More story time. I've actually, like, it took me a while to figure out how to use Crane properly, but ever since I kind of figured out how to use Crane, I have had a very hard time not putting Crane in my teams. She is so much fun and so cool. And it's also very good that she doesn't really get much out of NP levels, so you get one copy and you're good. Like, I think her attack buff goes up, but it's like 10% for between NP 1 and 2, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to spend all of that, you know, quartz to get 10% attack. Nah. Bye. Suzuka's like, you could go hang out at the bar, and I'm like, Suzuka, I am underage, and she's like, well then get soda. She's as broken as she can get. It's weird though, right? Because it's like, if you have the right stuff to enable her and you know how to use her, oh yes, you can get a lot of mileage out of Crane. But it's also like, she doesn't enable a meta, right? Because it's not like she's enabling Buster Looping, but the nice side of that, though, is she's not card type specific. She's card type agnostic, so you can use her with any team. And as long as you know what you're doing and you can set it up properly, you can just have her, you know, like I do when I use her, you can have her do 2 NPs so that that third NP is hitting, like, the third NP onward is hitting like a fucking freight train. Ooh, there we go. Who built the hotel? I have to assume. Yes! Somehow I knew. By knew, I mean I was like, it was kind of obvious, but... So, alright, you did get Ash, though. Ash the Savior. So, I was surprised because I knew lore-wise, you know, from playing through Lost Belt 6, that Ash the Savior and Morgan were the same person. But I, like, despite the similarities, because I don't really look a bunch at the Japanese side of the house, I didn't know that she just straight up becomes Morgan in her 3rd ascension. So I thought that was kind of cool. Also, am I correct in assuming that this thing that surrounds her is like the, is that supposed to be like the throne that she usually sits on in Lost Belt 6 just changed up? Or is that like the, what do you call it? That's the, all of the sacred spears she put together to shoot Cernunnos with? Or Cernunnos? Because it seems like that's what it is, I just don't know. Oh, so those are just the Rongo Minion, not the... oh, well, I guess the throne controls the Rongo Minion, so yeah. I do think it's kind of cool that she... Alright, so... Don't hate me, bro. I know you are the collector of the Artorias. I only have NP1 of her. I know. I know. I was considering going for NP2. It's a nuke, but yeah, it's the button that activates it, but... I knew what was coming with summer, bro. I had to hold off. I couldn't do NP2. None have kept the Queen of Winter. I tried. Uh-oh. Go on now and get back to it, and try not to take too long. Translation, I'll go ahead and wait at the hotel. The lineup, yeah, the lineup was insane. That's kind of funny though. I like that because that's the whole thing of it's like the when you're in a relationship with a girl. It was like the I gave you The eyebrow, you know, the I'm tired, let's get out of here eyebrow. So it's like the try not to take too long. I'll go ahead and wait at the hotel. Since when did you make a hotel? What hotel? That's kind of cute. I like that. That's what that meant. Wait, does that mean she started the singularity? Because I thought Oberon was the one who was doing shit. Which I thought was very interesting, because BB's kind of poised as a really, really, really powerful person. So the fact that... Alright, granted, I'm saying that. There's always a chance that maybe she's not responsible, and she just made this hotel because she knew that the singularity was going to be here, but... I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess that's true. Because then you... It's very... So this is one of those things, like... Because I know you and I watched Fate Zero together. Fate Grand Orders, like, they hold it together kind of well. But the second they started including gods and goddesses, the power scaling got really kind of fucky. Because it's like... BB is this weird thing that's kind of god-like. Like, I mean, in her summer version, she literally has access to Nyarlathotep. But then Morgan can kind of yoink that away from her, and I'm like, so how strong are you, Morgan? I'm sure you know how dangerous the singularity is, and I'm also sure you're capable of stealing it from BB. Yeah. This is part of the reason I love Morgan. I got a thing for, like, people who... I like people who aren't stupid, people who know what's going on, and Morgan always knows what's going on. Morgan, you can't do that. I don't care if the world's dead, that just makes it easier to put my next castle up. I don't have to talk to realtors or shit. Oh, wait, okay, so she is not responsible for it. Yeah, Ruler Scotty, yeah. Once the race is concluded, the sink... Oh, okay, sweet. Man, she is the breadwinner. She is the girl boss provider wife. She was like, just relax, honey. I'll take care of this. Well, I thought it was going to be Oberon. Now, granted, they showed Oberon off really early, so I'm thinking maybe that's a bit of a red herring. But they gave me the red text options again, too, so I was like, it has to be you. Wait, hold on. I guess you're not the one behind this. That you consider me a suspect at all wounds me. Alright, look, fair being fair here, girl. If there's anyone who could have pulled it off, you are it. Yes. Yeah. Yes, actually. Oh. Oh, she went to the woods. Well, can't I mean, what's wrong with telling her about her being Mikoser? Okay, I do actually tell her. Alright. Oh. But... it'd be good to tell her what you're doing. Oh. Alright, fine. Well... I will be the nice guy this once. forgot about that. Nope, I haven't seen her. Alright, so that was actually one of the reasons why I was kind of hyped about getting her. So I don't think I care about having her at an NP level higher than 1, because a lot of her stuff is more of just, like, stacking the buffs. But, like you were saying, she yoinks Sir Nunos. When you technically think about it, Pretender Balbin Shay is a playable Sir Nunos, and that shit's cool. That was part of the reason I wanted her. Like, Balbin Shay in general is kind of a neat character, but just playable Sir Nunos, boy. Yeah. This is gonna be tough. Well, so the way that I saw it is, I didn't know because I thought a lot of it was she had a damaging NP, and God, alright, I know you know my tastes are, alright? I don't usually give much of a care about the maid thing. I think it's a little weird sometimes, but dude, you put one of my favorite characters in this whole game into something like this, I'm not okay. What did she say previously? Perhaps she was merely drawn to the excitement of the Easterns. Okay. Wait, fail to do so and your life is forfeit. Okay. But yeah, so from what I was looking into, I thought that a lot of what Balbin Shay was doing is she had like a damaging NP, and then you could like just ramp buffs and constantly extend them. I was incorrect about this. Her NP also has a minus 50% attack down on the target. So apparently what you can do is after you get to a certain point, if you have two of them on the field at the same time, you reach like a critical mass type of thing where you pretty much like you keep extending the buffs and to such a degree that you're quite literally getting 100% NP charge per turn every turn. And I was just like, well, okay then. And I think it's in addition to that, it's like 10 stars per turn times 10, 1000 HP per turn times 10. So it takes a very specific setup, and it's weird to get that done, but it's pretty cool because it also means if you're throwing an NP every turn or 2 NPs every turn, then you know the enemy effectively has minus 100% attack every turn. So what are the Daikokujin doing here? Cool. I was expecting to see... No, that wouldn't work. It's Morgan's Hotel. I was going to be like, where's Ryder Alter, the summer one? I was like, nope, that's Artoria. That wouldn't set foot in this hotel. Something else I wish to ask you. Can I drive the fire truck? Yeah. Okay. Am I not a tourist? Why don't I get to leave? Oh, okay. Who is your UDK person? Lady Ultria Caster. Oh, okay. It's your girl, Caster Berserker. Shift myself around a bit. For explosion-based extinguishing methods. You were so good at it. Oh. Is it because you used to be the Fire Creek Calamity of the Beast? I didn't... Sorry, I didn't mean... There's no fire if there's nothing to burn. Yep. It's like, you call that a fire? Let me show you a fire and does an explosion. The pressure wave itself puts out the fire. girl, you're bigger than that. I already know you're bigger than that. You already did that in your Saber version. You're good. Oh, okay, there we go. Barghast. Alright, now we get a fight. See what we got. Is the story all done? Like, did they actually, did they wrap everything up? Like, I guess, is it, you can get to the end of the story and, like, they just haven't opened, like, the post-story and the challenge quest yet? He's so cool. Breakfast buffet. Fuck yeah. Oh, well, okay then. Still trying to finish. Okay, alright, so. I'm not terribly far behind, because that's kind of what I wanted to do, is, like, I'll play a bit now, obviously, but whenever I stop streaming, I'll probably just play more off stream and catch myself all the way up. I'm surprised that she's letting Knights of the Round Table in here. Hey, your girl is around too. Big cheese omelet. Also, speaking of incredible free servants, because, like, alright, so, because I know she's locked in the, FP gacha. Do you have yourself your, wait, the real one? Yeah, that's true. Okay. Do you have your NP5 Habitrot yet? I was surprised at how long it took. Like, right, there's rolling for 5 stars. Like, that takes a good deal of luck, right? Because, like, Fate Grand Order may be okay, but it's still, like, very middle of the road when it comes to rates. But, like, holy fuck, trying to get a 4-star, one of, like, the older welfares out of the FP gacha, oh my god, that's like pulling teeth. This is an interesting way to do the swimming in the ocean. That's kind of a clever way for them to do that with, like, the transparency. I don't know. On one hand, I get it, you know, FP points are free, but on the other hand, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I just want them complete. Gawain's gonna be a surfer boy. I may have executed the most unknightly belly flop the last time. No, I will not learn from Mordred. Isn't bound to... Yeah, that's kind of my thing, is, like... It's very weird, though, when I think about it, because, like... It's specifically because it's 2D that they're able to crank out a lot of characters and a lot of the story as fast as they are. Because it's not a lot of overhead to actually, like, make new fights in the game. It probably takes time to make a character with all their animations, but it's, like, nothing near what it takes for, like, I don't know, Genshin Impact or something like that, right? But then at the same time, like, oh my god, man, if we had some kind of Fate Grand Order, like, in 3D, I think of it a lot like I do with the Helldivers to Helldivers 2 thing. Helldivers 1 was like this top-down thing, which kind of felt 2D in a way, even though it was like 3D sprites. But then if you go from that to Helldivers 2, which is like third-person action shooter, if they could do something like that where you have this 2D and then all of a sudden it's 3D, choose your favorite servant, run around as them, do stuff, that would be really cool. Oh, that's Melusine Mark II. There's someone putting up a parasol in the best spot on the beach. They have that right. Are you talking about the Fate Extella games, like Extella Link, or is there one that I'm not aware of? Because usually I'm pretty aware of these things, but yeah, don't. All right, did I ever tell you how I got really upset at this local arcade because they've been blue balling me for the better part of like months now? So there's a thing they sometimes do where like you'll have a people who will get like they'll import a bunch of like Japanese arcade machines and they'll make like a Japanese arcade here in the States, right? We have one of those in Colorado Springs. The kicker about this, they actually have a Fate Grand Order arcade machine. That machine has remained off and not running for the better part of months now, and every time I visit that place, it's been driving me fucking insane. Because I could play it, man. I could play it. I could. They just won't fucking let me. Well, I say that. I mean, I don't know what's required to set it all up, but you know. She's doing half of a Sei Shonagon. Good job, Melusine. Arcade server is gone? What do you mean? Oh, so this is your actual swimsuit. I'm so cute, you can't even look directly at me. No, girl, that would be more because of my preferences, and you're a little bit both vertically and horizontally challenged for my tastes. I think a lot of that is because, in a way, like, even though it was kind of neat to be able to run around as your favorite characters in 3D, and from what I'm told, it had a different story, too. I think, honestly, the story was part of it, because it was... You gotta think about it, right? When we play Fate Grand Order, we can just pop out our phone and do that whenever we want. We can progress a story whenever we want. With arcade, you would have to go to an arcade, and then you would have to, like, set aside a certain amount of money to be playing the thing for a set amount of time. And, you know, the servants are completely different. There's no, like, interlap. You can, like, bring your roster from the normal game into arcade. It's one of those things where, like, I liked it, and I wanted to play it because I like Fate Grand Order. But I'm not terribly surprised that it didn't do that well. Also because, like, I would imagine that in addition, the overhead for, like, actually printing the servant cards was probably a bit higher than, you know, people would have thought. So, because you'd have to buy, like, a whole roll of, like, the printing paper and all that, too, which would have been annoying. Well, so, I should mention, you said gone. Is it gone as in, like, you literally cannot play FGO Arcade anymore? Or is it gone as in just, like, the official stuff is shut down, they're not updating it anymore, but you can still play it? Because that throws a different thing up. And time to head back to my room. And she's gonna be like, no, you fucking don't. Okay, okay. Oh, okay, alright. Oh, she get all flustered. I forgot Dragonkin hate mornings. Nice. You know, I still don't like that they put you in the body of a lolly, but you're not the worst person, so yeah, we can hang out. Oh god. Suzuka's showing up and is like, I don't think so. She getting into it. They getting competitive. That bitch. Going out into the ocean is whim. What, you don't like that idea? You don't. Oh, can you not swim? Oh, she's like, I have a list I must go through. Like, well, I'm not gonna say it, but you're right. I'm kind of starting to see what people get about her. Like, I still don't like her because I know that a lot of people like to make that argument about the, oh, well, she's, 100 whatever years old. For me, it's body type. I like people who look like Suzuka. The ones that look like Melusine make me feel, yeah. Okay. What meme? You might have to actually send me that one, because I've seen a couple of the GFL2 memes, but I don't know which one specifically you're talking about. He sent it to me on Discord. I gots to know. Alright, who we got on the team this time for fighting carbs? Hey, we got Yuzuka Gozen Vacay, who's gonna go up front. We'll also do a little bit of some Castoria, Bargashed. No, in my own machine. Oh wait, doesn't it? No, I can't use those. I forgot. I'm supposed to use teapots only in the Bleached Earth quests. This also needs to become. There it is. That. Sent to Discord. Let me see. Oh yeah. I remember that one because I think I saw that's the medic girl who like points the gun in the one guy's face, and then after that cutscene they have like, yeah. I know what you're talking about now. It's one of those things where like after a certain point when Japan themselves is making jokes about it, I'm kind of like, okay, so you get that I don't like it. I know some people do, but like I'm talking about me specifically. I'm like, you get that I don't like it, so stop it. And they're like, well, meme port of GFL2. That's kind of fun. I'm still waiting, bro. I was very happy they added my CZ75. I'm just waiting for my M4 or my M4 Stop Mod 2 Junior. She's gonna be great. What do you have? Because I don't think I've actually used you all that much yet. Attack for all allies. Increase on P strength for all summer mode allies. Ooh, that's actually quite nice. Quick, critical strength, increases attack before damage of critical attacks. Ooh. And P gain. Wait, she's got attack and P damage, quick and NP gain. And skill cooldown. Okay, I thought Suzuka was supposed to be like the lower end of all of these servants on these banners, but god damn, she's still kind of stacked. They're adding Defy to SOP mod. Okay, that's good. So the actual, like, the unit, that's good. Alright, that makes me happy. We're gonna get everybody's favorite M4A1. And, correct me if I'm wrong, 416's already in, right? They put the Crayon Muncher in? Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, yeah. She who munches the crayons. Klukai, that's who it was. The grand muncher of crayons is the incredible killer of Osama bin Laden. Alright, so since we're... Yeah, I'm glad you know that. Yeah, she literally was. That's what SEAL Team 6 was using when they went and did that. Alright, so I should... Recover HP, increase charge by 1. Decrease defense for all enemies. Okay, so the longer I let this one stay up... Wait, is that right? Decrease defense for all enemies, so me. Okay. Wait, how do I... Oh, she has ignore in... Wait, that's ignore invincible. Does any of you have ignore defense? Do I just have to beat on him really, really hard? I guess I just have to beat on him really, really hard. Alright, we'll get it done. Alright, so you guys are easier than that. I just do poison stacking like we did way back in the day. Yeah, number only just gets rid of people. I mean, at this rate, I'm probably gonna die. I'll have a chance to bring him out, but... Alright, so what happens if I just burn him? I think she's so cool because she's got that she's got the frickin' car, or the... not car. The motorcycle. Thank you, Summer Street Mystic Code, for being fair and balanced. I love you. Oh, she got glasses. That was cool. Alrighty then. Let's have some real fun, gentlemen. Ooh, yeah, crit damage. I'm going to try really hard to beat this thing into the dirt. So, what do you do first? Special attack, lawful. And then extra enemies to earth attribute. I think you do earth attribute too, don't you? And it's not gonna matter which you goes first, so we're gonna send her. And then try and have our girl slap her. Alright, sorry, got a little off track there. So, I like some stuff, you know this. Things. So, have you seen... the article that Chris found about the SIG M18s. Also, on a completely unrelated note, her Sprite Albion. Every time I fucking see that, the only thing I can think of is Kanye West, or not Kanye West, LeBron James in all of his commercials. Yo, you want a Sprite Cranberry? You just have Melusine over here. Yo, you want a Sprite Albion? Yeah. Well, she has to make sure that she can get him on the return run when she's headed back to the ship. Hey, you got. But yeah, so you saw that that article about the M18s from the army malfunctioning, and they decided, like, we're not going to have anyone of this group use them anymore, because I think someone actually... Let me actually go read it really quick, because it was... Pauses use of M18 handguns after security airmen assigned to the bases died on base while on duty in the early hours of the morning. Yeah, because let me see real quick here. It's one of those things where, because it happened on base, you're not gonna get to know a bunch about it, because they have to keep things secret, of course. But it's a thing where, like, if they're banning the handguns as a consequence of it, you kind of are like, I wonder what's that about. Have you followed anything with the XM7, well, XM5/XM7 project as it's been going on with the military trying to adopt a new rifle? No? Alright, so I have been a salty bitch at SIG for a while now. Now, they had, it was, I don't think it was the P320, but let me look up real quick here. I think it is the P320. Okay. So, the P320 it's just, SIG's version of a striker-fired, semi-automatic polymer frame handgun. It was known, it was widely adopted by a lot of law enforcement agencies, but it started having a lot of problems where it was like, either in some cases, from what I remember, it would just fire, like it would be holstered or whatever, and it would accidentally go off for some reason. I don't know if I 100% buy those ones. The other ones that I heard about and definitely made sense were it fired when dropped, which is really funny considering that it is a striker-fired pistol that has a drop safety in it. So the first thing was like, I was kind of like, no, I don't like this. Why would you sell a firearm like that to A, civilians, and B, law enforcement? That's very, very bad, right? And they actually lost multiple times in court cases about this. They had to pay a lot of money out for settlements and things like that. So it's a documented thing that the P320s will, if you are not careful with them and like you throw one on the ground when loaded, which, to being fair, you shouldn't do, but accidents happen and you never plan for accidents. That it will actually it'll discharge around. So given that police are going to be in high stress situations where they might have to be running around or a bunch, they might get winged and fall down on the ground. Not a good thing. So the thing that ended up getting me about it, though, was a little while back they kind of started trying to, some social media manager who I can only assume was really high on his own supply, decided he was going to take to social media and he was going to try and run a big old defense for SIG about the P320. It went about as well as you think it did, and SIG's image was hurt quite a bit by that. Now, fair being fair there, all of that is, sometimes you make a gun and it malfunctions, that's fine and all. The problem that I had was that the M18, the majority of the military's current issue handgun, is essentially like, because when the military takes a firearm, basically they will take what is a commercial, a firearm that is sold in a sense commercially. It's not always that way with the full autos, but they will take it, they will run it through testing, and then when they adopt it, it is given a military designation, right? So, for instance, the M4 is the Armalite Rifle Model 15. We know this. But then when it was taken into service by the military, it became first it was the M16, and then it became shorter versions as the M4. the interesting thing about this is, so like the M18 for all intents and purposes is just the SIG P320. I did not like that when I found out that they won that contract, because the gun that they were replacing was the Beretta M9. Now, the Beretta M9 had problems while it was in service, but from what I understood, a lot of that was that the military really likes using slightly higher pressure ammo, like plus P rounds, and the stuff they were using wasn't really, like, it wasn't designed for that, if it makes sense. There was a offer when they were looking at changing up pistols by Beretta that they would take and refit all of the existing M9s that they had, but they instead opted to go through and take the forget about it. No, that was a level 1. I'm not going to do that. They instead opted to just replace all of them wholesale and go with no, I'm not doing esports. I'm going to go back to something else. There we go. They decided they wanted to go with the M18 instead. As far as I can tell, this is a move that has pretty much been not enjoyed by all of the military. Like, it's one of those things, like, pretty much, like, the M9 was not perfect. People had problems with it. But the M18, like, there have been, especially with a lot of armorers, there have been a lot of reports of, like, different parts breaking or stopping functioning with the ammo that they use, which is, you know, the exact same problem they were having with the M9. And it was horrifying. Well, it's one of those things where it's like, it's weird because, like, for me, it was weird because like, a lot of the problems that we're having with the P320 in the civilian market, those were a couple of years out. So, assumedly, they had fixed it, right? But then, so I can kind of forgive them for taking the pistol in the first place. But the big thing is, a lot of the time when you're trying to adopt a weapon, at least for the US military, you purchase some of them and you put them in the hands of like a smaller group, and then you have them run a very long period of testing with it to see what happens. And from what I understood, there were, like, every gun has issues, but it was like, it had similar issues to the M9 that, for when I'm looking at it, it was one of those things where it's like, if it has similar issues to the M9, then keep the M9. You don't need to go wholesale trying to replace the entire stock of pistols with this new pistol. So I was a little upset at the military for doing that. Afterwards, SIG also won the contract for the Next Gen Rifle program, and that's what they put in. So they have a rifle that they call the SIG Spear, that was going to be put forward, and with a proprietary round, which is like 223 Fury or something like that, or 22. What is it called? Let me see. SIG Fury round. 277 Fury. And they were going to be using that. The idea being that it's like previously with a lot of the different wars that we've been. So I did not like that initially because I am sure that you know me very well. I love me my AR-15. That platform for me is just like perfect. You don't improve that shit. And when they were like, we're gonna go ahead and try and replace the M14, or the I think currently it's the M4A1 or A2 that we're working with. It's like, we're gonna go ahead and try and replace all the M16s, all the M4s and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, let me go ahead and break this down for you. You not only have tried to do that previously, this is not only one of the longest running rifles that we have. We have liked it so much that, so normally, like, when, you know how you have like the A1 and stuff variants of things where like a small modification is made to it? Normally, firearms platforms for the military only get up to like A2. Like, it's very rare you go past that, because by that point the alterations made have kind of solved any problems that they discovered while using it in the field. The M16 was so beloved, and so, well, granted, it had a rocky implementation, I will go ahead and say that, but it became so beloved and so useful that I think there is an M16A4, so it's been around a lot. And so and like, even then, when they went from the M16 to the M4, it was literally just the exact same platform, just shortening the barrel. It's quite literally, the M16 is rifle length, So it's U.S. Army rifle, caliber 5.56, model 16, and then U.S. Army carbine, 5.56, model 4. That's the main difference between the M16 and the M4. So them trying to replace the rifle, I was like, I don't see this going well. This is a waste of time. This is a waste of money. This is just a bunch of people who work in contracting, schmoozing to have a large government contract and a bunch of money thrown at them. I softened on it a bit once I actually looked into more why they were considering changing it. And the main reason was not actually the rifle itself. It was more the, what do you call it? It was more the, it was the round, the 277 Fury round. Because the basic idea is that for the past 20 or so years, a lot of any engagements that the U.S. military has been involved in are what are called asymmetrical engagements, which means essentially that we are a well-funded, armored, equipped military up against essentially insurgents, right? When you're up against someone who doesn't have body armor or anything like that, 5.56 is perfectly fine. It's very high speed, it's accurate, it's small, so you can have a ton of them in a magazine and stuff like that. It works perfectly fine, right? The intention was that when political climate started changing, we were now looking at getting a different caliber that would have been capable of defeating higher power body armor. The idea essentially being that we're trying to get a hold of it in anticipation of a what you would call a peer-to-peer engagement, right? Us fighting someone who is similarly equipped. Part of that faith in, okay, maybe they know what they're doing with that, started to fade a bit when all of a sudden, you know, the Ukraine war happened, and we started to see how incredibly competent Russia is at modern warfare. And I was like, yeah, if that's what we have to worry about. The other part of it, too, was not too long ago, there were a lot of different publications that were individually released by soldiers, since soldiers put a lot of feedback forward to both military who were testing and SIG themselves about problems they were having with the platform. And it seemed like none of it was ever, none of it was ever addressed, and only the good things that they ever said were ever used for publicity and stuff like that. So a couple guys got really tired and they started reaching out and they were like, all right, I need to let you guys know that no, this thing is not the bee's knees. It is not great. I very much don't like it. And so that happened and I was kind of like, yep, that's about what I thought. And then Chris shared that article earlier today where it's like, also that M18, that's shit too. And I was like, I almost cut them a break. I'm glad to know that I was right the entire time. Yeah, don't buy SIG. Don't ever buy SIG, please. At least not until they find a way to fix their fucking act. Because the biggest thing to me was when they were trying to, like, brush away all of the P320 fires when dropped accusation. They're essentially trying to, like, gaslight all of the people. And they were saying tons of things, too. It's like, we are being attacked by all these anti-gun people. And I was like, no, you're being attacked by people who bought a fucking P320 and had a negligent discharge. Yeah. I would not do it. The P320 is not, like, alright, since we were talking about GFL2, and that's kind of what led to this, it's the, what do you call it, had it in my brain, I fucking lost it. CZ75. What's her name? Faye? Her gun? I have one of those. I had it Cajunized. That shit is great. You want a good, like, it is more expensive than a standard handgun because it's all metal, but if you want a really good handgun to start with, you go for a CZ75. That shit is bomb. Probably one of my favorite pistols that I own. Oh, she made the storm deity that killed things last time. Okay, I get it now. Why'd you make it? You don't get to just leave me hanging like that, lady. God damn it. That's not fair. You can't say that with that face. That's not fair, man. Like, we already knew Morgan was one of the best girls. You can't freaking... So, do you know anything about the normalization committee, lady? Because I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. Oh. I mean, if it gets the job done, then... Alright, this brings up a very interesting thing that I was thinking about one time. So, they are good at writing stories in Fate Grand Order that still give you stakes despite, like, the massive amount of power scaling that's happened, right? Like, eventually we were fighting Arjuna Altar, who is every god in the Indian pantheon mushed into one, outside of, a couple, Ganesha and Lakshmi Bai, right? But if you remove, like, the circumstances from a lot of these stories, with a lot of the people we have on our side, there's really not, like, stakes anymore. Like, there's not really a way that we ever lose, which I think is kind of funny when you think about it. 'Cause, all right, like, 4 easy ones off the bat, right? If you don't want to go into, like, the gods and demons territory, right? I mean, technically, yeah. But in like the beginning of the 7th singularity, is that what you're talking about? Because I'm still trying to figure that out myself. Because yeah. But, like, if you're thinking about it in, like, the grander scheme of things, if we assume that, like, these servants are kind of with us around all the time, Morgan and Merlin alone, right, are so incredibly accomplished and as mages and have, like, such incredibly high power magic that, like, they can stand up to gods, so we don't really have to worry about anything. Hey, what's going on? But then, if you go outside of that, right, let's say that you have, like, any kind of threat on the world. We have Tiamat on our team now. Nobody wins against Tiamat. Like, from what I understand with her ascensions and stuff, Tiamat, like, she chose to be an alter ego because she didn't want to be a beast, because she wanted to help you out. But then as you ascend her and make her stronger, she starts having more trouble talking because she has that much power, and you're bringing out more and more and more of her frickin', like, you're getting her closer to becoming a beast. So you don't have anything to worry about from, like, anything natural. But then what about, like, anything not natural? Anything like, the Lovecraft stuff is the easiest way I can put it. The colors outside of time, things that don't obey the laws of humans and nature. Well, we have Abigail, who has Yog-Sothoth, who is on our side. Like, they're still good at writing stories, but after a certain point, there ain't no stakes no more. Because we have so many people on our team who's just like, can you just not make that a thing? And then it's gone. Also, sorry, I was on a little bit of a rant there, but hi, Nyala. Sorry, I'm gonna have problems saying that. I'm bad at speaking names most of the time. Alright, Morgan, I would love it if you solved all of my problems, please. Me? Nyla? Okay, that'll work. Nayla, my bad. Wait. Whoa, hold. Blah, 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 blah. Once the Earthman race is complete... What is she talking about? The race to succeed... Wait, is she telling me... Oh, there's a special prize for the winner. Me. Oh god, she's gonna cheat. Morgan, you. I'm telling you, this ain't gonna end well at all. Oh, oh, that's cheating. What else do I play? Oh, all sorts of things, man. If you're talking about gacha games, I sometimes play Arknights and Nikke. My brother had me try this Wizardry Variants Daphne one, which was kind of neat. I'm trying to use streaming as a way to get through my massive backlog of games, though, because I started this Indiana Jones game, which was really cool. I didn't get to finish that. I haven't finished Baldur's Gate 3. I haven't finished Remnant 2. Let me go back to my fucking Steam library real quick and put everything on hold. I haven't finished Night Rain. I haven't finished Samurai Remnant. I have not finished... Well, I started a new thing for Hollow Knight because I saw some things about Silksong and didn't finish that. I have to do the frickin' Canon of Vengeance with Shin Megami Tensei 5 because I bought it for that and then I stalled out on that. There's so many others too. But yeah, I'm just massively behind and I don't want to be. Assassin's Creed. I have not played Assassin's Creed. Alright, I should say, with pride, I have not played Assassin's Creed since Black Flag. Yes, I am one of those with those kind of opinions. I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings. Final Fantasy, what was the last one I played? I didn't finish 15, but I did really like 15, even though I heard it was kind of a little rough for the most part. Game audio's loud. No, that's my mic. I need that up, and I need the other thing down. Hold on. There we go. Better. Sorry about that. The problem is, though, that I know other stuff has come out, right? Like the Final Fantasy VII remakes came out, and I didn't get to play those. They had Final Fantasy 16 with your boy Clive, and yeah, just I tell you what the gaming industry really needs to do for me specifically is they need to take like a solid 2 years of just a break. They give me 2 years, I can get through all of my backlog, and then they can start making games again, and I will be happy. I feel that's the way it is for a lot of people. The last Final Fantasy I actually completed was 12, because I really liked 12. I liked Fran. I wonder how Melusine's gonna feel about that because she kind of wanted to spend time with us too. So if she wins, I wonder if she's gonna try and swipe us away from uh Morgan. We haven't even solved a single mystery. Oh, thanks. It's actually kind of nice you say that because I'll go ahead and let you right now. I just kit bashed this thing together with I kit bashed it together with in Vroid Studio with some booth assets that I bought. I wanted to make a 3D one more because I was a lot more concerned about I wanted to get tracking specifically really, really good. And I don't really think that you can get... well, alright, I've seen some people do it well. Oh, no! I didn't know that was timed! I wasn't paying attention. Wait. An evil maiden who serves a frost deity. Or the 3 Legend of Calamity. Why did I just loaf around for 4 days? What are the conditions Morgan mentioned? Yeah, like, the animated screens, I mean, I just borrowed some shit from, I think it was Stream Elements, but I've seen some people do good 2D models. Oh, this is problematic. You got me talking about model stuff, and as my friend here knows, I go absolutely fucking batshit when people talk to me about that, because it's one of my It's one of my many hobbies to fuck around with the facial tracking and things. So I want to do 3D animation because I was looking into a lot of, or a 3D model because a lot of the stuff I was looking into was, and thanks for following, by the way. It was, I did not feel that even though you could get very close with like a live 2D model, you don't really get as good facial animation and tracking for your mouth, for your eyes, and everything, unless you actually have a 3D model. And on top of that, maybe, well, I'm kind of in the middle of trying stuff with it. I have a setup of IMUs. I have a way to do complete full body tracking, including my face. So I could be doing like my whole head, my whole body, my hands, and still get all of my facial animation. I've been trying to find a way to get that into, the way I was thinking I was doing it is I would needed to pipe the data into, show me some examples. All right. I was trying to like pipe all the data into, I think I wanted to do, sure, what's here? Is it just the same name on Discord? Because I was trying to like get it into VR chat so that I could just make like a green screen VR chat thing and do stuff that way. Let me see if I can find it. You know, I say that, but I'll let you know right now, bro. I'm not popular on Discord. I ain't got no followers, so if this is gonna be one of those things where you're actually trying to scam me or something, you ain't gonna get anything. Just saying. Oh wait, I have to go to add friend. Yeah, I'll run. Come on. Where's my frickin'? Hard to find. Alright, send friend request. Alright, back to game. Times like this call for an imagination fight. Alright, so you're in the Discords. Too many mysteries. Oh god, here we go. Why is Morgan here? Oh shit, I was picking 3 things that I was gonna fight. God damn it, I didn't think about that. Hold on a sec. Alright, so I may... Well, no, okay. 2 are Berserkers. I can deal with that. Not Narya, I can just have... I can do this. Can I do this? Oh, yeah, no problem. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. I have to constantly say this to reassure myself because I'm not sure I can do this. This is good enough. Get vacuumed, nerd. Hey! No. Stop hitting yourself, Maeve. Stop hitting yourself. Oh, wait, it was 4 things. So 3 of them were what I was fighting, and 4th was the buff they got. Oh, no, wait, that's defensive. Well, never mind. What do we want to do? Please kill. Yeah. Get vacuumed. I did it, I ran him over. Oh, crap. I didn't even realize it, Hui. So, in Lost Belt 6, Morgan... Yeah, that was me. That was me. So, I don't know much about how it works. I'm the one who drives the tank. I thought that was cool. I ran a man over. But, it was weird to me. I just realized. So, in Lost Belt 6, Morgan is a berserker, and Artoria is a caster. Now, Artoria is the berserker, and Morgan's the caster. This shit weird. We'll do a bit of that. I want to do some... Perfect. Alright. We're gonna try to end this here. Alright. Get him. Yeah, I think you're kind of right. Because all due respect to our girl here, her whole thing was kind of just throwing shit at the fan and seeing what works. It did work out for her most of the time, though. Alright, we're going to go ahead and give her 6%. Perfect. A bit of this. Actually, let's do this. We'll make it single target in case there's anything left. And then we're going to buff. And buff. Yeah. Alright. Please, land the debuff. God damn, she only got it on... Oh wait, no, that's okay, because she's the only one who's going to use an MP. Queen's Melty Heart. Okay, I'm on that. And... yeah. Yeah, agreed. It was kind of interesting, because I liked how they were like, she's not even that great of a mage, but because she's a fairy, she's just like on a different level compared to a lot of people. Yeah. Oh, the first hit gets rid of the defense. Okay, that makes sense. Kill that frickin'... Send sticks. She does a lot of damage in not the ideal situation. Get countered. Oh, she's gonna kill her. Okay, never mind. She used that twice. I was about to be like, she's gonna win. Alright, and we're gonna, even though it isn't technically lore accurate, we're gonna have Big Bard end it for us. Actually, yeah, we'll do this. Get shot with water guns, nerd. Alright, not that bad. Alright, so since you're a little more up on the future of this stuff than I am, there's no one else we have to worry about for a while, right? Like, this is the high power for a good long while, and I don't have to be freaking out, budgeting courts, all of that. We're good. Because as far as I remember, this was it. And then we're good. But I don't know. Who are you laughing at me now? This room is supposed to be impenetrable. If Oberon is actually a good guy this time, I'm gonna buy a hat just so I can eat it. Just being so pathetic, I couldn't help but offer some advice. Well, screw you. Nobody asked. It's kind of cool. He's got like the old school, like, if... Hold on, I have to read this thing. Close it. I don't want to deal with Morgan. He's got like that whole like old school, like, with a shirt swim trunks going on. That's kind of funny. I found the Dark Fairy King! Okay. What do you mean? I just went around the first couple of days and found out so many things. The printers are out of paper, the force is on fire, there's a hurricane. What are you doing? Okay, hold on. Now you're making me have to read things because I like me a good mystery. So, A, the Wholesomeness Only Normalization Committee. So this is all about the Normalization Committee. So, the mysterious light that resets the island. Yara Ando is Naknari. Well, we knew that one. Whoever owns the Normalization Committee took it from BB, and there are conditions for it that Morgan knows about. An evil maiden who serves as a forest deity, the dark fairy concealing the cave. So, alright, so he is the guy. So he did still unseal the cave, which now Balban Shay is watching over. Dealing with the forest fires and the frequent water leaks. Legends of the Three Calamities. Yeah. Well, she's not for a while, right? Because she comes... What is it? She's the one where they... Yeah, but she's the one where they, like... It's the one where they have the third BB, whoever... Because I didn't read into that, because, again, spoilers, but... That's where she shows up, so that's not... That shouldn't be for a while yet. Why did Suzuka refuse to help? Who took Altria's swimsuit? We know who took Altria's swimsuit. That was you. Master just loaf around for 3Ds. Chloe definitely needs some rest. Okay, so these are all of, like, the general things. These two are actually related to what's going on. Fuck, we do have Aoko. And I know, she's not actually high priority because of how she works, but... She's fucking Aoko, man. How can you not want a... Oh, actually, no, beyond Aoko. Alice. Alice Kuronji. She's gonna be really cool. I want to summon the fucking Bandersnatch on people. That'll be cool. Problems in Group A all revolve around why Servant Fest was regulated. Problems are all focused on the enshrined deities. Problems in Group C are all just personal stuff. Alright, well, C first then. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. Ushigozen is, like... See, it's one of those things that I think is funny, because I know that technically Takeru is kind of one of the higher priority things when they do the Remnant crossover, but... It's Ushigozen, Mom. Or man. It's Mom 3. It's Mom Alter. The more earnest you are at a report like this, the worse things are going to go. Okay. Why not try being a little more vocal about your true feelings? Not to me, obviously. I don't want to hear your bitch-ass whine. I've never told you my true feelings. Ooh, get fucking served, idiot. Okay, so. Hear me out. What if we just let Morgan handle this one? And, you know, then I am Oh, dearie me, I am forced to spend a whole week with Morgan. However will I manage to survive this? But it's okay, I'll fall on my sword for this. I can manage. Alright, let me see. Morgan's people winning is pretty much the worst way that could go. They only serve with a shot of winning. Okay, that's why they didn't have him in the initial running. I have to pull him in. Okay. Imagine the reactions if you won the race yourself. Whose true loyalties remain unknown. He has to be the bad guy. He has to be. I think I get it now. Do I? I'm glad the character gets it, because I don't. Not yet, at least. Story. It's not a gacha game, it's a visual novel. Raw. Excuse you? Gee. My head feels like it's about to explode from thinking too much. Oh, they were like, oh, so this is what Morgan is doing. We're gonna get him the fuck out of here. Yes, against my will. We'll put it that way. Not my will, but the main character's will, sure. Like, I need a differentiation on that. It might have been against the main character's will, but nah, man, I would have sat my ass there and waited for Morgan to clean everything up. The breadwinning executive wife who takes care of everything. Yeah, so I don't get to leave. Oh, did I figure that out? Why is she not going to help? You've been so busy lately that you felt like you had to keep your feelings to yourself. Alright, since you actually do it more than I do, I have to ask, is it really worth it to NP5 your guys? Because I only ever feel like I can push for NP2. Like, literally, the only 5-star that I have that is actually NP5... That's later, bro. Okay, yeah, like, the only one that I have NP5 that I purposely set out to NP5 was Raiko. Like, everyone else, if they're anything higher than NP1 or 2, like, if I really liked them for gameplay, they were NP2, right? Like Ibuki, but... Okay, that's good to know, because I wanted to ask, because, like, I don't know, do you occasionally watch a lot of, like, the folks on YouTube who do videos about Fake Grand Order, like Pheno Tyson, Plushy Mistress, Autobean, guys like that? You ever NP9? Jesus Christ, man. You went to the extremes. You used to? So, a lot of the time when I see people recommending stuff, it's like, you gotta get this servant to NP5, right? And, look, if people want to do that, that's fine, but I'm sitting here, like, I think I'm playing the game seriously, and I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, alright, let me go ahead and I'm gonna pop this over here real quick just so I can... I gotta bring this up. So, just as an example, alright, we're gonna look at the one of the more recent peoples, I'm going to go to the wiki and I'm going to pop over to this real quick. So, Ash, who we had recently, right? You look at her Noble Phantasm, and it's so with NP1 to 2, for gameplay purposes, I can kind of see it, right? Because you get a whole 100% damage jump, right? But then you have to go 1, 2, 3 more to get another jump like that. And you have to keep in mind that the rates in this game ain't generous. And on top of that, um, you only get pity for one copy. You don't get pity for multiple copies. So if you get the first one the first time, getting a second one is pure luck. You have no guarantee, you have no falling point. So it's really kind of like all right, I have Tiamat and Draco Nero NP2. I felt really nervous doing that because it was one of those things where I was like, is this really going to be me just throwing money in a pit? I don't know if I want to do that. It was kind of the same thing with Ash the Savior because I have so many other like AOE arts attackers or buster attackers that I was kind of like, I want her because I like Morgan, but I don't know if I want to go that hard. So the only argument that I saw that made a lot of sense, right, was this part right here, because with this is actually the like part of her bonus damage is linked to the NP's level. So you're more incentivized to go for a higher NP level. But again, right? 50%, then you get to NP5 200%. And yeah, I'm not saying that, 50% bonus damage isn't a lot. It absolutely is, especially when you're dealing with like a multiplicative modifier. But it's the bigger thing of like that's a lot of money to invest in a gotcha game, all for the point of just like reaching max damage, essentially. Like, like I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm not 100% sure if I really want to try to get our girl, Caster Berserker, up to NP2 on this first banner, just because like, holy hell. Fair. I don't know. I guess a lot of it is like when they're talking about it, they're looking at it like this is the only gotcha game you're playing. This is where your maximum investment is going, and like they're looking at a lot of like super duper like they're looking at doing like super recollection quests, right? Which for me, most of the time, I will do the recollection quest and then I will try the super recollection quest to see if I can do it. But a lot of times I'll just like, nah, not gonna do that. But they're building like the absolute pinnacle NP5 level 120 2k foos, max all of their what do you call it, the command cards fully upgraded, maximum append skills and all of that. And I'm sitting here and I'm over here just like, okay, that's nice, but I can do almost all of that, and I could probably, struggle bus it through the actual fights that you're talking about without having an NP5 of this person. So I see them make these recommendations of like, yeah, you should roll this 5-star all the way to NP5, and I'm sitting here like, no. What if I didn't do that? Yeah, Suzuka is da homie. Sorry, I got off topic because that had been bugging my mind, so. Yeah, Minturn. I've heard a lot of people talking about that, just like doing the absolute, like, whatever quest you're doing the absolute minimum on things, which is, I mean, if we're being completely frank on that, then I'm surprised that more of these people who want to go like super high end for all this power have an NP5 to Bizette, because she is the Minturn person. Alright, how are we going to get back at... We're going to enter the Earthman race and win. Gawain's like, yes, finally, I've been waiting. Oh yeah, Suzuka's into it too. Huh? What are you gonna warn me about? I feel bad for Millicene, but I have a foolproof plan for dealing with her. That is a very good way to describe Millicene. Smug-ass, stupid-fast dragon chick. Statement of position. These are my conditions for being the race's grand prize. I'm sure she'll go along with it. Much as I dislike being around Lost About Morgan, sure. I'm also very happy they gave all the boys some summer outfits now. Alright, took a bit. We're gonna do this because it's here. Ah, an archer node. What a shame for them. If only I didn't have an archer. You know what, I haven't really used you at all. You wanna pop in on some of this? Alrighty, so I have to use this last, because you have to get your other stuff up first. What does this do? Move buffs, charges increased by 1 each turn. Increase MP strength. Allies in an enshrined deity's anger state. Enshrined deity's anger. Maybe I should have actually read how to use some of these people before I just yeeted them on in here, but... Man, she played the fucking violin on that man. Oh. Oh, so if someone gets hit while you're on the field, it does that? Okay, how long does it last? 1 turn. Okay. So if I was to do it now... Okay. Alright. We're also gonna do a bit of this. I gotta try out my new folks. I ain't actually used them all that much yet. I want to use some... Maybe I can, like... Okay, you're gonna crit. No, you have less, so I need to do this. God, she's so cool. Ah, you didn't crit, Bargas. Alright, well, this is okay. Oh, well, yes, well, I have to, don't I? You could just summon the hammer. Hey, Mr. Nunos. Alright. I'm assuming it's not actually going to deal that much damage, but I want to do it, because I think it's cool. We're gonna have to get some in P gauge though.
いいだろう。フェスなんでしょ。シンボル
Yeah, he crit. There we go.
あんね。さっきまでの一斉はどうしたの？ま、震え上がるしかないか。脳みそまでかき回してやるよ。イースターテイルノート。
Rotate your moth. Rotate your moth. I guess he's a god technically, but just rotate Sir Nunos until you win. Alright, so now I can use this, and this is what extends the things, right? So this is all 2 turns. Wait, you have a turnover time thing too, don't you? That's hard because I can't do that. Yeah, because you'll lock her, so I have to do this first. And that goes to... Now they're 5 turns each. Yeah. Man, she's so cool. Now then... Also going to buff the girl up. Is this only 1 turn? What's done? Seal arts cards 1 turn. Alright. I can't do that though because these other people get to attack shit. So. And then this and that. Hopefully that'll kill. Oh, that'll definitely kill because she's got the super high attack buff from. And beat his ass. Yeah, there we go, yeah. So much fun to use. Nari is just great. Alright, and we're gonna do... let's do this. Crit, please. There we go. And now you crit. There we go. And now we get to send Barg in for the big slappening. Majin Seba.
私の本気だ。驚くがいい。同感だ。異論はない。
Be gone, thought.
もしもしました。お願いできて。では、ド迫力かつ超度級 UDK ガラティーン。
She's so cool. Man, she does.
汚れているな。手荒くいくぞ。邪悪な手柄が。
What the hell? Oh, with our guest or... Yes, we're making progress. Yeah, she... Alright, so fair being fair here. Okay. I had to roll more than I technically wanted to on Melusine's banner because Bao and Shay did not want to show up. It was very weird because Melusine actually showed up pretty early. Bao and Shay, however, held out for a hell of a long time. So, and if you're wondering how long she held out for, she held out for... If I can fucking get over there. She held out for that long. So... long enough for Barghest to really swole up, which, technically speaking, great. Because Barghest is really, really good and versatile with her AoE and single target stuff. At the same time, though, I would have preferred if things moved along a little faster. I bought 1 pack. I didn't want to buy a pack. Eat some more food. so bull. Waste time. Thanks, Garrett. Shouldn't you be in the gift box? I can think of only one person who would say something so bizarre in such a demure way. I don't know who they're talking about, but I would like to know. Oh. You're in your bunny outfit now. Whoa, 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 whoa. They're... Oh, wait, no, this is part of the plan. They're gonna win, and then technically I'm spending my week with them, but I need to do that anyways because we're trying to solve the mystery. Okay, clever. If I'm going to lend you my chariot, I expect you to win. I took the roof off so you'd stand out. That's pretty fucking cool, actually. In typical fashion, Maeve is also incredibly confident and awesome. Yes, 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 I agree. I volunteer as tribute. They gave him shades. Hey, don't worry, you're just wearing a bunny outfit. It actually is not the first time that an Artoria Faces wore a bunny outfit. Yeah. Kiki. Alright, that said, it is kind of getting late, and I don't think I want to go through another whole thing, so I'll probably finish up this little story bit and I'll call it for the night. And then I'm just gonna play a bunch offline because yeah. 315 hours. Is that how long? Shit, bro. Be less interesting to talk to so I don't lose track of time, bro. Take part. I would never do such a thing at all. Why would you... Why? I feel like I'm being accused of things, and... Let's just calm down. Let's just calm down. Don't you tell me to calm down! I am calm, says Artoria. What I'm doing racing with that other girl. What other girl? Oh, he's talking about Knocknari. Okay. Oh, they had a bonding time. Oh, and you're gonna get upset about me for just being locked up here the whole time. I'm like happy for you. I'm totes like happy for you. I love Suzuka. She's cool. Well, now that we're all here, you don't have to run the race if you don't want. And she's gonna be like, the fuck did you say to me? Hey. Of course we're gonna be. I mean, Morgan is up to something, so we can't stop. I wonder if this is the first time, like, actually canonically in the game that any servant has done the, and I will have Master be the prize, because this is, like, the kind of stuff that starts a war of the end times kind of thing. At least in this universe. Alright. Oh, is she going? Yeah, she got a racing outfit on. I don't Okay, alright, hold on. I have to... Hold on a sec. Oh, no, no, no! I didn't mean to skip. Hold on. Giving the hot... Now that this is what I call a red hot summer outfit, Suzuka goes in vacay. The ultimate heavenly maiden has arrived. No possible way you and I are walking away with anything but first place. Fighting between racers is permitted. A loss in battle will disqualify you from the race. Okay, didn't mean to skip that, but woo. Morgan took it far, but BB... Yeah, BB probably would. I was trying to do the thing where I could, like, move the text box down because I was going to look at Summer Suzuka's racer outfit, because it's a thing that I've seen a lot of anime doing recently, where, like, they'll give a character an outfit, and then they have just, like, a sheer transparent part of it, and I think it looks good. It is hot, but it's one of those things where I'm looking at it, I'm kind of like, but why? I'm not saying it's bad, but why? Didn't know I was signing up for a death race. The Earthman race is off. You can't call it gooner bait because that would make me a gooner because I've been baited. We'll just call it fan service. That's the polite definition that everybody gives it. Alright, so first things first. I want all the obsidian blade you have. And that, and that, and that. Alright, so I will pop all that off for now. And thank you folks who stuck around and hung out. I appreciate it. Do not count on me being a professional streamer. I should mention that. Nyla, real quick. Don't count on me being a professional streamer ever, please, because I was actually having this conversation with my friend before you showed up. I can't handle it. I do video games as a relaxing pastime, and when I first started this and I started to think about how people were like doing this for 8+ hours a day, and they're just like grinding it out like it's a job, I was like, that's a very good way for me to take something that I actually love and turn it into something that I hate or that I get bored of or tired of. And I was like, nope, not doing it. I'm just gonna stream for funsies whenever I got some free time. Help me get through my backlog of Steam games, you know. Alright, anyways. It's been fun, y'all. I'll see you later. Bye.